Power on.
No one told you life was gonna be this way.
When it comes to one-year-old Mariah Carey, you are not.
A final frontier. It's 5.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
And happy Monday, June 4th, everybody. You're listening to Now Trending Live right here on Now Trending Radio. The crew is all back, full effect today. We've got a full house.
Hey.
Everybody is present.
And accounted for. Can't say that.
One was tardy. I just like saying the word.
I don't like saying the word more.
Or the tardy one is Monday, June 4th. Welcome, everybody. You are listening again to Now Trending Live. I am your host, Joy Canizero. So let me go ahead and introduce you to the group. And to my left, I've kind of switched places today. I'm having a weird... Right? Did you notice? How do you feel about this? It's a feng shui.
Odd.
It doesn't feel odd to you because it feels natural to me, but I'm in some type of feng shui type of...
I like it when
Drew,
you're
you have to
close.
remember I'm on 4, so you got to pot it up louder than you usually do 4.
Yeah,
And mine
right?
pot down a little lower.
Yeah.
And we've got Siobhan on my left side. How are you doing today, Siobhan?
I am doing well. Oh, I can hear myself now.
To the left.
To the left, to the left.
That's right.
Is that what you're trying to say,
To the left.
Chris Metal?
No, I'm saying like usually she's on the right.
Right?
Of you. Today it's the left.
Usually you're right, but today you're left.
Nah.
Now to my right is Chris Metal. Chris Metal, how are you doing today?
Hello, everybody. I'm doing great. Thank you. Love,
Should we
love
call
the
it
traffic
Chris-
here in South Florida?
Chris Tardy Metal? Tardy Chris Metal? Or Chris Metal Tardy?
Famous words of Van Halen. I don't feel tardy. I don't even hear myself through this thing. This thing really working?
Yes.
We're working today.
I can't hear myself. So.
Okay.
We can hear
We'll
you.
fix that.
Oh, good.
Someone will fix that around here. And the person to fix that is the lovely Drew Dawkins. Yay!
you
Everybody,
doing?
can we
How
get
you
a...
doing? Not quite lovely.
Oh,
Oh, you want
Drew, thank you so much today. Drew walked in today after experiencing the Toys R Us sale, and he walked in with lovely WWE belts for all of us today. He walked in, it was like Christmas. Did you not feel like 5 years old in Christmas?
It's
Like
Christmas
your parents
in
walking
I'm
through
not
the door?
the big WWE fan that you are, so I'm sorry, no. But I thought it was very thoughtful
So you
and
mean we're-
unexpected.
So we're not going to go to like the wrestling shows, we'll go to the big WWE shows with our belts.
Oh my gosh.
It'll be exciting.
We'll see.
Chris,
I'm going to Monday Night Raw in July. So
are you? You seen the tickets
Oh,
were posted
Lord.
the other day, right? Did you buy your tickets already?
9th row behind the ring.
You suck.
Shut up. Nice.
I wonder what's left. How much did you
I'm
pay for
going
those
with, I'm
tickets?
going with 8 people I work with.
How much did you pay
You
for those
gotta get
tickets?
like a
With
big sign
taxes
that
and
says,
fees and all that stuff, it was like 113.
take a big sign that says, Joy, I'm right here.
When I was,
Oh, I'm doing signs for the Chris Metal Radio Show. Doing signs for Now Trending.
yeah, I'm about to go and buy. If I
and
can get front
this,
row,
we got this dude that was going to go with us, but he decided not to, and because he didn't want to pay more than $50.
Yeah.
So he ended up getting tickets, and he's sitting way behind us. We're going to make signs like with his face and his name. We got the big head.
right?
We're going to say we don't want to sit with Tony when we can walk with Elias.
I walk with Elias. Do you walk with
We all-
Elias? WWE baby, walk with Elias.
Every
Siobhan, WWE,
I'm lost.
walk with Elias. That means walk with
What does
Elias.
WWE stand for?
Walk with Elias.
Who's Elias?
Is it a
Oh my
bear or
God.
something?
I bring her to these shows. I bring her to pay-per-view. Elias gets up and he plays his guitar.
Says something nice about the town that they're in.
He always
You
says
know.
it. He'll be like,
Oh.
we're in Jersey. Like,
Virginia, they were Atlanta when we.
and he'll talk mad crap. He's like, Virginia, like you buck tooth, no teeth.
Yeah, things like that.
Uh,
But the fans love him, but he's a bad guy. So go
He
figure.
is. He's a heel, but you know what? He's great. I really hope that he makes way in the WWE as he should.
Oh, they're giving him a push.
Yeah, but I hope that push leads to something. I've seen pushes
he's-
before that just
He's tangling with Seth Rollins right now, and that's pretty big. Seth Rollins, the hottest, the guy who works the hardest in the industry right now. Okay, no, he doesn't. But he really does.
He's like an AJ Styles. And I know this one's a fan of AJ Styles.
I like AJ.
I know you like AJ.
It's not my favorite.
Drew, how's it going over there?
Great. Beautiful.
Because I feel like I gave you such a short introduction.
It's okay. No.
Is that okay? I don't know where mine
It's a radio
is.
show.
It is.
Exactly. I got a
You'll
face
find
video.
it. You'll find
Today's a great day. Today is Metallica Mimosa Monday.
What? Say that again.
Metallica
minute, what?
Mimosa Monday. Because
Is
okay,
that on is that on the show sheet?
no, because
I don't
every
think
day
so.
I have like a certain day. Like I just, you say like what everything that came together. So this morning, before Siobhan and I came here, we met up for brunch and mimosas, and Metallica came
I didn't
on.
have a mimosa though.
No, what did you have?
It was a spiked coffee.
Yeah, she had two.
I had two spiked coffees.
Two
They were really
spiked.
good.
Spiked with what?
Bailey's
Nice.
and vodka.
They make it real pretty.
It was really good.
The one with Bailey's is
No, it had both
awesome.
vodka
Oh,
and
both
Bailey's
at the same
together.
Oh, yeah, it has
okay.
all at the same
Had
time.
like a Bailey's float.
Damn it, I forgot where I was getting at with this story.
Just because you had a mimosa and Chris
Oh,
walks in with a Metallica
because it's a
shirt.
Metallica Mimosa Monday. And and he's even wearing Metallica. But when I was
Come
on my
on.
way to go get the mimosas, Metallica was playing and I was rocking out.
every day.
And everybody next to me in the cars were rocking out too. I was listening to Wherever I May Roam and
My
like
favorite song of the
yeah,
lifetime.
it was. That's what I felt like. I was like, this is my favorite Metallica song. And then I was down Pines Boulevard and I had my speakers blasting and people were like, yeah, lady, yeah.
That's how my life sounds
yeah.
right now. So.
yeah, pull over, get out the way. Yeah.
So then at that point, I'm like, oh, it's Metallica Monday. And then I was like, we're going for mimosas. And then I'm like, it's Mimosa Metallica Monday. It all makes sense. It all
It all
comes
makes
together.
sense.
Yeah, look at that.
It all comes together. So how about some news? Everybody want to talk news today?
All right.
Okay.
Well, guys, we're back on. Each
Oh.
week, we've been here the past couple of weeks. We started with the announcement of the North Korean U.S. summit over in Singapore that is scheduled to take place on June 12th. So we first made the announcement while we were here. Were you here? That you
we were
weren't
in
here?
Palm Beach when we made that.
Oh yeah, we're talking about it.
Were
there.
we in Palm Beach? I thought that was the
Yes.
second
Remember when
time we were talking
I
about
spoke
it.
on Drew's behalf that day?
You were speaking on. Okay, so is
We
that
did-
where we first broke
That
it?
was where I think they first
Yeah.
set the date.
Okay, so that's what we're always saying that, you know what, if this can happen, then I should be with really hateful people of my past,
No.
such as breakup relationships. Thing, because weeks later, a week's point where the meeting was now called off.
Right.
Okay, so now we had Donald Trump write a letter over Kim Jong-un, which a lot of people criticized over here about his writing skills. Kim Jong-un at that point now sent a reply letter. And now we're
He
back
sent
on
back
for a
a
meeting.
person to deliver the handwritten letter.
Yes, not only did he send back a letter, but he also sent it via an actual human being.
See the envelope? It's in the Christmas.
I didn't see it.
It came with like the translation.
That's-
Like,
It's like the size of
came
a,
with
like
a bunch
a
of words in Korean that you could say.
You know
in
those singles when you bought the albums, the 33s, like this big?
Yes.
Oh.
Look like
came
them.
with the lyrics, you know.
Yeah, right.
How the letters between, I mean, it
It's white powder
really,
in it too. I don't know
it
what that is.
really seems
Yeah.
like one of relationships. It's
Oh,
like
we
this
got 'em all.
back
Don't
and
worry.
forth, on and again and off again.
Don't worry.
How are they connected?
Because we're all nuts. One week we want to make peace. Next week we're just like, screw
I'm done with you.
Yeah, we're,
But I miss you.
but
Come
yeah,
back to me.
it's like that. I mean, it's like that. It's like, you know what? Screw you. We're canceling the meeting. Donald Trump said, and then there's like, oh, this I miss you feel, where you miss the turmoil
yeah.
and stuff that's going on. He's begging for his place back. You know,
Can I have
right?
a-
It all seems
Can I
familiar
have
to
my
everybody
towels
here.
back? He wants
Yeah.
his towels back.
I do not trust this guy still. I mean,
Well,
Yeah,
after
'cause the whole mess with the exploding of the nuclear facilities.
right now, after we're back on, it was just announced like a couple of days ago that the meeting's back on. So now North Korea's top 3 military officials have been replaced ahead of a historic summit between leader Kim Jong-un and U.S. President Donald Trump, according to multiple reports. All 3 appear to have been replaced by younger Kim loyalists, part of an ongoing transformation of the country's political and military establishment since the young leader took power. Hold on. So
Why, Drew?
U.S. intelligence officials and country experts say the move seems to have been driven more by concerns about potential corruption and Kim's desire to maintain tight internal control than any worriness about a coup attempt. Tell us, Drew, what's going on here? Why is he replacing people?
Because he doesn't want,
The P is silent.
because he doesn't want people to escape and like find food over here, and they want to claim asylum.
They're gonna open up a burger joint downtown Pyongyang. dude.
Okay, you just heard that. Did you? Okay,
That's
McDonald's. Didn't
I
we?
was- I was thinking it would be like a Five Guys or something.
No,
like that.
wouldn't it be nice to have a 5 Guys? No, that's too
no,
much.
Then we have somewhere to
It won't-
go.
it
When
won't
we
like
take
Five
the show to
Guys.
Pyongyang, we can go hang out at Five Guys.
Well, we're gonna have McDonald's.
No,
McDonald's.
they give us more fries at Five Guys.
I
Yeah, they
love
do.
5 Guys is
do.
expensive. though.
You
I
go
wonder if
Fry
it'd be
Guys.
cheaper.
Well, if you
Because you got to pay for the fries.
yeah, because you get like 4 bags of fries.
Have you ever
Small
had
fry, you
Five
get
Guys?
3.5.
oh yeah.
Do
I
you
used
like
to,
Five
in
Guys?
New York. They put in a Five Guys across the street from me, and it was very
Nice.
bad.
5 Guys is relatively
'cause
new. In
I could
Florida.
order from my apartment, call in, or like order online,
Shut
walk
the
downstairs, pick it up,
phone.
and go back to my
Cajun
apartment.
fries or plain fries.
Plain.
Yes.
Plain.
Yes.
I like his answer.
Yes.
For once, I agree with Drew.
Whatever fits in the bag, baby.
Well, as we said, though, as we stated before the show started, we didn't state it on the air. However, that was the latest release that Kim Jong-un is trying to get. It was a McDonald's,
I think so.
as we said, down in North Korea.
Could be worse. Could be, Taco Bell or something.
Listen, no, that's when you know you've really like America's coming to your country is when we put a McDonald's.
Yeah, that's how we invade your country. We don't send troops anymore. We send McDonald's.
We'll kill you with
That's it.
McDonald's.
It's over.
Why is
We don't
everyone?
need nukes. We don't need bombs.
Nope, no soldiers.
Now they're all going to be overweight in 5 years.
Exact dying of heart disease.
Why not?
Get a Big Mac for everybody. On the,
Send the clown. Send the clown.
My
Send
thought
Ronald,
though,
dude. Send him.
That's right.
how many cows do they really have in North Korea? Though?
That's
Where
a
are
good
they?
question.
Where are they
I
getting
think
this
it's 4.
beef?
Yeah, where's the beef coming from?
Well, there are no cats in
Darn.
there.
From the big
There's
truck.
no stray cats.
There's dogs. There's lots
Well-
of
No, there's not.
I thought they do have the dog. You haven't seen the video of the dogs.
Seen it in China.
Not
That was
China.
in China.
yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Still,
But my mom used to visit the Philippines all the time, and they have, fast food restaurants. What's big over there is Jollibee, and she was always kind of like, okay, they have fast food restaurants, but I have never once seen a cow in this whole country. So where is this meat coming from?
You think about it. It's you really do.
Well, in Britain, I think the big fast food place is KFC. There was so much that they
But
ran
chicken's
out.
different.
They ran out. They ran out of chicken.
They're English chickens.
Pardon me. Cook-a-doodle-doo.
No, did you see that the meme that I posted yesterday? It says, if you spell F-U-C-K off the word backwards, it's actually the same word, but in an English accent. And if you write it out, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll bleep it out. Wait, we're live?
No,
Yes, we
no.
are.
We are.
Yeah.
It's
we're
a
live.
family show.
But go ahead and spell it out and you'll see what I mean.
Yes, I did it in my
I'll
head.
do it right now.
Did
What,
you?
what am I doing? F off?
Yeah. The whole word, though.
Sorry, I got the space.
F-U bleep off.
Are you serious?
For
It
real.
doesn't look the same at all.
No,
No,
it doesn't look
say
the
it.
same.
But
You
no, don't say it
with
in your
it
mic.
makes- It
Oh
makes,
yeah,
it
okay.
makes you
But
say
it
it with
says
a British
it-
accent.
It says it with a British accent. You see?
Too much time.
Don't
on
you
your
feel
hands.
smart today?
Too
No.
much, no.
Don't you feel much smarter?
No, I feel like I took a step backwards. Actually,
You're
we can't get that
Okay,
step back.
you owe me that
the
time
more
back
you
in my
know.
life.
The more you know.
Yeah, the more you know. I can see the star going across the room.
Moving on to anybody have anything else to say about Donald Trump and Kim Jong Un? Because Drew seems relatively happy with Donald Trump today. You
He's
seem-
not. Are you kidding me? How many
just
mimosas on Metallica Monday have?
Metallica.
Him?
Have it,
4.
should it be Mimosa Metallica Monday or Metallica Mimosa Monday?
it doesn't
The
matter.
struggle is real.
My friend here embraced Trump. Really? Him and the 35 other people who watch CNN would never embrace him, no matter what.
Okay, let's see
And
if
Mama
this story.
Metal's in there too.
I'm gonna go.
So you're not alone.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Poor Mama Metal.
I know. She's old and confused.
Can never committed.
I wouldn't say that, but
Sure
I'm
it
gonna
is.
skip a story real fast. I'm gonna go back
Oh,
my God.
no.
You can't just skip things.
Here's the show sheet.
because
'cause
gas
we're prepared.
prices. No,
Here's the
well,
show
it's on
sheet.
the show sheet, but I'm just doing in different.
She's going out of order.
Okay,
Can you
good.
do that?
She's,
Can we
she's
get a show
going
sheet?
rogue now that she drives a rogue.
Oh, maybe the big program director will come in here and fire me. So
Are
here,
you
let's
serious?
let's just see how Drew thinks about it. Let's just see if his
Sure.
mind changes any. However, it's been reported that gas prices are going down in South Florida. Gas prices are starting to trickle a little bit lower. That's according to the latest research from AAA. The national average price is down 2 cents from last week. The state average of $2.87 is 14 cents more than a month ago and 49 cents more than this time last year. The most expensive gas in Florida can be found in West Palm Beach, Boca Raton, Miami, of course, Fort Lauderdale, and the cheapest gas is over in Punta Gorda, Orlando, and Jacksonville.
Are you serious?
Yep.
I don't see.
Serious as a heart attack.
I don't see the story on our show sheet, Joy. I think you're cheating.
I don't see the show sheet.
Oh,
What
do you see the
show
blank
sheet?
spot? It was for
Oh,
E.
that's it's in
The
the
A.
invisible ink.
It's where it's invisible. I put a slot there for it.
Okay.
But okay, so I mean that's good. I mean, AAA is reporting gas prices are down. This has to be affected the economy. Drew.
Remember, the gas prices aren't affecting the economy. The gas prices are reflecting of who owns the refineries, if they want to lower the prices or not.
Listen, every time the president screws up, the first thing people gripe about, or if they can't find anything to gripe about, they gripe about gas prices.
But he has no control over
It's
that.
all-
He has no control over that.
Just get the Gas Buddy app.
No,
He
because
has
they,
no
they
control
raise
over
they
it.
raise and lower the gas prices whenever they want to.
Right.
They can create demand for it.
Right,
stuff
but they
like
like
that.
to make it a political. They try to make it a very
well,
political.
they
um,
ratchet them up when it comes to Memorial Weekend. Then afterwards they
Right.
bring them down.
right.
And then they'll ratchet them up later on during the
If
summer.
there's nasty weather coming, like a hurricane or
Yeah.
something,
Once the
they
school
can
is
We're gonna
out,
talk about
prices up,
too,
but you
yeah.
can't price gouge, but they do anyway with gas.
Absolutely.
Once-
Because they can't stop them from
They
doing
can raise it a certain percentage, but over that, it's gouging.
if it's above normal. But once school lets out, the people more vacation starts, prices go back up.
You know what really
True.
bites though? Like Orlando's cheaper than here.
I'm just gonna say, how's that? That's the
Uh,
biggest tourist town. In the
Same
state
here.
of Ohio.
That's what I
I-
never
How is that
understand.
cheap?
That's the
don't-
biggest tourist
If you-
town in the entire state of Florida.
And if
That-
you
that
stay,
may be
if
why.
you stay near Disney, gas is already over $4 a gallon.
But think about it also.
We're right around.
Your refinery is near your port. There's no port near Orlando except for
There's a,
Canaveral. But that's
yeah,
still
there's
an
a
hour
port. No,
away.
but no, not Port. There's a port in Orlando.
No,
How?
Orlando's
It's not-
Or is
not-
it Tampa?
Orlando's
No, you're
not.
not. It's Tampa. It's over in Tampa.
Well, Tampa's 45 to
It's about an hour and a half from.
An hour down
Orlando.
4 west to get to Tampa.
Then you got a little
Done
more
that so many
because
times.
of the port itself.
We have the port sitting right here in our backyard.
We
Yeah,
have
exactly.
We
several
have
ports.
huge gas containers
Yeah,
in our
that's right.
ports right over here. Again, they don't
That's why it
have
smells funny. 'Cause we
ports
got
over
gas.
there. Why are their prices cheaper than ours?
How's that more? They have more of a, I guess, people buying it. There.
Because they're probably taxing the tourists in other areas rather than gas.
True, hotel tax.
But
must
I'm
be
not
off
going
the
to drive
chain.
up to Orlando or Jacksonville just to get gas.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So I look around. I go to the speedways near where I live, and they're all around the same prices. This week, 10 cents cheaper than last week.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
use the Gas Buddy app. It'll tell you where the cheapest gas
Yeah,
is.
you know
around
what they always say in Orlando. So.
What?
Please stand
Ah,
clear.
ah,
Manténganse alejados de las puertas.
I
Get 'em
still
what you
have
do.
that at the beginning of my show. every
That
week.
was a good one, Drew. That was a good one.
Timed that perfectly, bro.
Moving on,
Thank you,
seniors.
thank
He missed that B bar. You could tell.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
dude,
right.
Oh my god, look at the button.
My old friend was stroking
My
my
old-
old.
Moving
friend.
on, seniors from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland,
Boo.
Florida, the scene of February's deadly mass shooting, are now graduates following yesterday's commencement ceremonies.
Yeah.
The speaker was a surprise. It was the Tonight Show host Jimmy Fallon, who mixed humor with messages of inspiration.
Oh.
Fallon told the students, "You
Mhm.
won't be classmates anymore. You'll be adults who Facebook search each other at 2 a.m. for the next 10 years." And in addition, there was a few students who were killed in the deadly slaying back in February who were also honored in this graduation.
There were 6 that passed away. 4 from the shooting and 2 from other reasons. But I have a question. I graduated on a Saturday. What day did you graduate on?
High school
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Friday. Friday the 13th, in fact.
I don't have any scary music. I wish I did.
No, our last day, our school did it so that our last day of school was also our graduation ceremony. So Friday the 13th, June 13th,
yeah.
the year I
What
graduated.
was that?
That's the closest thing I can get to a horror movie.
Movies, sounds.
Yeah. Okay.
I graduated on June 18th, and I don't.
That's my
remember-
birthday.
Hey, happy birthday!
My
Almost.
birthday almost.
But I don't remember what day of the week it was. But you know, it wasn't.
I've
It
always
wasn't
gone-
a Saturday or Sunday.
I
I'll
know.
tell you
I've
that.
always gone to like any high school graduations on weekdays.
always been done.
Yeah.
Always
It's
been
usually been
weekdays.
Fridays or Saturdays.
Maybe because they rented out the BB&T center and they could only use it on the weekend.
That's true.
might
That
have
could
been
be
when it was
true.
available.
Ain't
I don't
nobody
think they
there.
normally
Well,
do that.
Panthers never make the playoffs. so
I'm
it should
saying ain't
be
nobody
available
there.
at the end of April.
You can have it for free whenever you want to. One in.
I'm sure they probably got it for free too.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
They definitely got But yeah,
And how
usually
many students were in the class? Did it say?
783.
That's a big school. That's
Yeah.
that,
I
how
didn't
big
have
mine
700
was.
in my class. I had like 200 and change, maybe
I
300.
think we had.
But that's the
200
size of
change.
these
Just
schools
around
these
300.
days. That's the
That's
size of these
Yeah.
That's
the
ridiculous.
classes like
That
these
is-
days.
How do the kids learn anything?
Thank you.
It's hard. There are. That's
I
what
can't imagine being a student.
There's a
these
law
days.
now that they can't. You cannot have more than 22 kids in the classroom.
What are they going
What?
to
They
We
do?
made
had
a
like
law.
we
They
had
made
an
a law.
average of 30 to 40
I
in
don't
each
know.
of my
They
high
made a
school
law.
We
What
did,
classes.
yeah, we
age
had
group?
30 to 40,
every,
yeah.
every age group?
My understanding is
Every age group up to 18. Okay.
Well, my sister was here, which was about I want to say 7 years ago, maybe 5 or 7 years ago. The school that she was supposed to go to was 160% over capacity.
Jeez. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So not only was it 100% at capacity, it was over that by 60 more percent.
Wow.
So before we go to break, we have one last story. As Floridians are going to get to buy hurricane preparation supplies tax-free. We have it
The
started
week.
Friday. Yeah, so it
This
started
Friday?
Friday. It
Yeah.
started this past Friday, and it goes on. Generator less than $750.
Up to $750.
Right. So a 7-day tax holiday has started this past Friday and will last through next Thursday. During that period, state and local sales taxes will not be charged on batteries, gas containers, flashlights, and portable generators costing $750 or less. Taxes will also not be charged on coolers, reusable ice packs, tarps, and battery-powered radios. Legislators enacted the sales tax holiday to encourage residents to get ready for this year's hurricane season. The
That's
Atlantic,
smart.
yes, absolutely. The Atlantic hurricane season starts Friday and lasts for 6 months.
Started last.
Or yeah,
Friday.
that started last Friday. Yeah, and it lasts
I think
for
it was
6 months.
Bush, I think Bush started that. I think.
So
No,
what?
Hurricane.
I think Bush started
the
that.
tax
tax-free.
holidays?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but actually, like it even says in here, like Governor Rick Scott, he actually wanted a 3-week long tax holiday, but the storm, but legislators only opted for 1 week.
That's a lot
Now,
of taxes.
now, let's say, God forbid, there's another storm that comes here and devastates.
First of
a
all,
certain
do you
area.
feel over Irma? We get started.
Since we were relatively spared in my area,
Uh-huh.
I feel like I just spent the expenses on food, and batteries, and extra water and things like that. I lost power for maybe 3/4 of a day, and it was
Oh, you're
chopped
lucky.
up.
Okay.
Well, I was on the airport grid in Oakland Park.
Okay.
They come out as fast as the hospitals.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for that, we had it back right away. So we weren't that bad. But is the state over Irma? Probably not.
No.
Not even
It's always
close.
somewhere.
But the thing is, this is a good idea. But what I'm saying is, God forbid we get hit with another hurricane and people weren't prepared.
Yeah.
This is the time to go out and buy all the stuff.
Yeah.
Not race down to Home Depot and Lowe's on the day before the hurricane's
And
supposed
buy-
to hit. Just everybody out there, go buy your hurricane supplies now, so we don't have to deal with it down the road.
And especially since it's cheaper, you don't have to pay
It's
taxes on it.
tax-free.
It's tax free. So
Just
it really
bring
is. That's what I
cash
said.
in.
I'm a generator and go store it in
And they
my.
could do one better and support a small business. Go out there and hit the small business shops and go get that.
Yeah,
stuff.
you're absolutely right. That's a great
Do it.
idea to go out to the small business shops and
'Cause you
support our
can cash
local.
in. You can cash in with that tax free.
Yeah.
Do it.
yeah,
Well, so I said,
I just need batteries and I need water.
Do we have a hurricane kit for the show? Like we ever get
I
stranded
think,
here?
I think we already drank it.
Like,
I do. It's
No,
sitting
it's
over in
some
the
in the
freezer.
break
So, yeah,
It's
right
sitting in the
here.
freezer.
No, but I mean, since we all have radio gigs, like we all graduated, we all
Mhm.
be on the radio.
Mhm.
When it comes down to broadcasting the hurricanes and preparedness and all that stuff, it's like we have ours right here in the corner,
Right.
and we could say we have this, we have that, we have a supply of this for 5 days, this for, and just give out tips and
Yeah.
for people.
Like if we were stuck hurricane and like everybody were the only ones with lights and we could sit here and broadcast and tell everybody.
It's true.
If we had a good generator,
Why not?
Okay.
I'm going to buy a generator. There are things. Are you going to go out and buy anything?
Okay, I'll share
Come
my cot with anybody.
I guess last time I was not prepared as far as water.
Yeah.
Having enough water.
that was the first thing I was worried about running out of. To be honest with you,
and gas, but I don't really think you can stock up on
Drink.
the bars. I keep on saying hurricane bars. I've got the Power Crunch bars and the powder to make the shakes. All you need is water to mix it with.
party at Siobhan's house during a hurricane.
Hey.
Well, not at my house.
Well, no,
Wherever I
that's 'cause
get
she's in the
evacuated
flood
to,
zone.
I'm in zone A.
She is.
Oh, yeah?
She's the first to get Yeah,
You gotta
to
go,
get
huh?
evacuated.
Gotta go.
She's east of US 1. Well,
Sure am.
with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a small break. When we come back, we've got Siobhan with news. We've got Chris Metal and Drew with sports. And then we've got odd news coming up. So make sure you stay tuned to Now Trending Live right here on Now Trend Radio.
Ooh.
Join me, Siobhan, every week for Day by Day Podcast.
It's there.
From Alzheimer's Awareness Month to International Bacon Day, find out what's happening this week and how these observances got started. Check out the show on Facebook or Twitter at Day by Day Podcast, because each day counts.
Day by day by day.
And welcome back to Now Trending right here on Now Trending Radio. Again, it's Monday, June 4th, and we've been discussing a lot. We've actually got a lot through. We started late and actually got a lot through that. I told you I can get all those stories. No. That's not how this works.
You know, I get here an hour and a half early the last 2 or 3 shows, and we don't start till 5:30.
No, we were ready at 4, and then she's like, let's go. Like, we were ready at 3.
Walking in at 3:59.
No, at 3 o'clock, Siobhan, Drew, and I were sitting here. We're ready. Because Drew got here pretty early today.
Yeah, because I have my.
We were here really early.
He didn't go to school today, so we left early.
Yeah.
He's still in school? They're not done yet?
No, this week.
Almost.
4 more days?
4 more days. Thursday's last night.
Yeah. Even my kids. So we've got more news. Siobhan, give it to us.
Well, do you want the good news or the bad news about California wildfires first?
Well, it's always bad. So,
right, aren't you supposed to take the bad first and then wipe it up?
Yeah, but usually the bad is just bad.
Well, it doesn't really matter in this. Let's start with the bad news and then go to the good news. The bad news is that thousands of acres ablaze in Colorado, New Mexico, and California. Yesterday, the Ute Park fire in New Mexico had grown to more than 31,000 acres, and it's forced 2,200 people in the area to evacuate their homes. However, in a small town, 70 people were evacuated. And then in Colorado, we've got about over 2,000 acres on fire. 416 as the 416 fire in Colorado's La Plata County. And that is only 10% contained as of yesterday.
Do they know exactly what's burning?
Just their wildfires. Just
I'm
6
just wondering
months.
what kind of trees are burning.
No. This is brand new wildfire, sweetie.
Oh, these are brand. Oh, I'm going back. Oh, see,
You're
I'm
jumping-
going back because you and I were discussing the
Yes.
6-month wildfires.
And then in Laguna Beach, more than 400 firefighters are fighting a blaze of about 250 acres that is 0% contained. So wildfire season is up and roaring in the West as everything is dry.
I have a question.
Dry. Yes, sir.
A question. And you're from the West Coast. What's that?
I am.
Do you guys have obviously you have a fire season like we have hurricane season here, but is there a correlation where they tell you what not to do so you don't set? I mean, is there a?
Don't flip
But we get
cigarettes out
these
the
right,
window.
but we get
Right.
these rules down here because we actually have pretty dry areas and some.
Right.
I mean, not as large
Right.
as
Like-
California,
Like for example,
but we actually get
the
warnings.
station did an hour-long hurricane thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Did they do that like
So
that out
is
there?
there are there
Well,
hour-long specials?
Not that I've seen, but I haven't lived in California for like 15 years now, so that maybe. But I mean, it's common knowledge. The whole Smokey Bear campaign of
you
avoid
can prevent forest fires.
Well, I mean, it's true. They really promote that in California and what to do to, fire safety and stuff like that. But as Chris mentioned, I'd say a good majority of these fires are started by just people flicking their cigarettes out the
That's
window.
typically how the majority of them always
It's just
start.
because
And driving
unless
over-
you've been to California, you just can't understand how dry it gets there.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Is it like seasonal? Is it, like how Drew brought up that, okay, we have, the hurricane specials. So again, that's something because it's a seasonal
Right.
type of deal.
It's the dry season, basically. 'cause
Right. So do they
our
see more
seasons-
fires like that during certain times of the
during
year?
summers, because our seasons are flip-flopped. Here in Florida, we're entering our rainy season,
Right.
whereas in California, it's the dry season now. It only really rains during the fall and winter and maybe early
It
spring.
never rains in California.
Sorry?
That's why
Oh man, like the
That's why
song,
the
right?
song, yeah.
And then here in Florida, we're just now entering the rainy season. So it's kind of flipped in California.
Right.
But yes, it's definitely dry season, which means fire season. And then the reverse of that is rainy season equals mudslide season. So
But do you guys really get a rain? Like when is your rainy season in California? Like summer here for
fall,
us.
winter, and early spring.
Okay.
and they have to like collect the rainwater in their cisterns and underground catch basins and things like that.
But it's also so dry, like the air is really dry too, so you don't get the humidity keeping things
Right. Okay.
you have
Moist.
drought conditions
moist
all over
is
the
that
place.
word. But yes,
Moist.
but
Nobody
here-
likes to use that word.
Not anymore.
I said it, and then you
Moist.
seem to hesitate, and this
Thank
one
you.
jumps at
I
saying
was
it.
thinking a better word than moist for
Thank you,
like,
Penthouse
is.
Forum.
but here in
Moist.
Florida, we at least have the humidity in the air to keep things, kind of hydrated. Hydrated, that's a good word.
Hydrated.
But why moist? The word moist
Not anymore.
has become such a foul word.
It should be
I
censored now.
like moist.
Liberals are going to get offended.
Yes, they will, but you can't say it. Like,
So you ready for the good news now?
About
yes.
moist.
Now this was
Moist?
where I
know it kind of
I jumped into it.
Moist is now an unacceptable word.
It doesn't really matter at this
Bleep
point.
that out.
But the largest wildfire in California's modern history is finally out as dry season begins. It started more than 6 months ago. Which
Yeah.
the Thomas Fire started December 4th, 2017, and has burned 281,893 acres.
Wow.
And as of Friday, I guess, they found no more hot spots, and it is done. But as I just reported, that fire season is now starting.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But okay, this is a fire that's been burning for 6 months. It's been
But
burning.
they
for-
had a very dry winter, so that's why.
but now that we're entering dry season, the
It's even
fire's
drier.
out.
It's ready to go again. But no, the good thing is that that area won't catch on fire now because everything's
Burned. Everything's just is burned. But Mother Nature is the woman not to play with. She really is. When it comes to water, fire, storms,
Mhm.
when you really look at it, people don't take things seriously.
Mhm.
But I'll tell you, you know what? When it comes to these weather systems, they are one powerful.
Mhm.
That it's just we're not strong enough by yourself.
You can't control that.
You can't control it. You definitely can't control it.
So, have you guys noticed recently getting a bunch of new privacy policy updates in your emails and on your apps and such?
I'm
Like
getting
more than usual?
those, and I'm getting people messages with accounts being closed and all kinds of.
Okay, we're just talking about
False
the privacy
activity.
Well,
policies.
now that
here.
you mention it, I'll probably catch them all now.
Yeah.
you know?
So experts say do not ignore them. There is a
Right.
lot of legalese to wade through, but resist the temptation to immediately delete those emails or close the alerts right away. They may contain important information about managing your digital privacy at a time when it's become clear that our online data is far from safe. All those privacy messages are now appearing because of a law called the General Data Protection Regulation, which went into effect. And the law has been heralded as the world's strongest protector of digital privacy rights. This is a European Union law. However, as we all know, the internet knows no boundaries or countries. The data regulation law centers on two main principles. The first is that companies need your consent to collect your data. And the second is that you should be required to share only data that is necessary to make their services work. So it's funny because after I first read this article a couple of weeks ago, I did notice I have been getting a ton. And I've been noticing every one of my apps on my iPad having to be updated with new privacy policy terms. So yeah, don't ignore those.
And I have a question with that.
Go ahead,
Okay.
because
But didn't they say that before? I mean, when when you sign up with a program or a thing, it gave you the rules and regulations and so forth.
Yeah, but they changed them.
Because I signed up. Okay, I signed up with Facebook, and as much as you put on it is as much as it's going to get. So I never put more than I wanted to let out.
Right.
And then it's only to people that are.
But
my
it's
friends.
some of their privacy policy updates are explaining that they're going to share your data differently, or that they're going to require different ways to track you and such.
Mhm.
But basically, I would suggest reading through those privacy policies before you just hit agree and seeing what you're agreeing to.
Yeah,
You should
next,
read it a
next,
little bit.
Next.
You should at least
Yeah.
just scroll through it.
Right. So
Fine, I'll read it.
okay, so
But
this. Oh, go
going-
ahead.
Well,
So I was ready to move on, but go ahead.
I know. Well, we still have time.
Well, I want to get to this next one because it's really going to affect us here in Florida.
It is,
too.
but I'm really trying to take effective skinny full photos that Angie's over
Oh,
here
she's
trying
trying
to
to-
take to cover my fat. Just give me a second.
Oh, come on now.
Hold on, suck it in, everybody.
Go ahead, Angie.
In the gun show.
Victor, I can't breathe.
She's turning red. She's turning red. Hurry up.
I lost my whole. Facebook, I mean, really, as far as privacy policies, as far as, do you think anything's going to get better? Do you think it's going to be
I don't know.
you know,
I mean, I'm one of those people who just like clicks agrees and moves on. I don't really read it, and I
does
probably
anybody
should.
read the privacy policies?
I will know.
I don't know, but I mean, if they make,
But I also assumed what it,
but they've been saying this forever. They say you should read it.
I'm going to side rail here, but has anybody gone and reset their modem after the news after the past couple of weeks
Yes.
that the FBI
I
has
did, and I know I should
But my-
warned
but-
all of us to
but my modem
reset?
automatically, I have to reset it automatically. So yeah.
Oh.
Have Chris, do you know what we're talking about?
Of course I do.
I didn't know because everybody's sitting here like, he's like, yes, I reset it. And she's like, no,
I heard the warning, but I didn't do it.
I didn't hear the warning until today.
What?
I didn't hear the warning until today.
What did you hear?
What
We
you
wanna
guys
make-
just told me.
Did you hear it?
I mean, you asked me at the beginning of the segment, have I seen the press come up on any of my
No, this is
screens?
different. This
And I
is
said, no.
different.
No, this is the FBI is warning.
Russians have hacked our routers.
Yeah, that the Russians have
wow.
hacked our routers and they're advised to reset your modems to go home and unplug it and plug it back in.
They're gonna find mine to be so.
I don't want to
serious,
reset
this
it.
guy?
Like,
All the porn sets it.
you're not going to
The
find anything
wrestling.
interesting.
They already got the porn setting. What?
How to do a double chain loop when crocheting? I mean, come on.
Feel though what they'll find
Is
is
that
going to be
what those kids are
highly
going now?
entertaining.
Some people YouTube that stuff.
And,
I want them to enjoy what I enjoy.
Good.
So I haven't reset it yet. But anyhow, Chris, just to fill you in,
Yes.
the FBI a little over a week ago did make an announcement to everyone reset your modem because the Russians are kind of hacking
we
into
have
it through.
Isn't
Isn't this stuff though that like 30 years ago? Remember it's like stuff we'd see in the movies like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Like they're hacking into our. It's like jumping.
Then I'm waiting for like somebody like Kiefer Sutherland or Tom Cruise and just counteract the whole thing.
Right.
and
So when's it
set
going to
him back.
happen?
James
Yeah,
Bond,
there. Sorry.
No, we're out of
But
gas
the
now.
movie showed us like Steven Seagal years ago.
who's now in Russia,
How to run?
over to Russia.
Sorry, Siobhan. Wait,
What?
What?
but did you hear? Wait, is it his ex-wife?
Oh, we are going way
Who?
off topic.
I know.
Right?
Save it for
Pull the bus
entertainment.
back
I
over. Pull the
will.
bus back
Save it for
over.
entertainment.
No,
Okay.
because it's actually Sylvester Stallone's ex-wife.
Oh.
who's
Oh,
pregnant.
oh,
Oh,
Brigitte.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead,
She's like
Siobhan.
85 with like the fifth kid. Man.
So California is testing a new digital license plate on vehicles, opening up new possibilities and raising some privacy concerns. The digital plates use the same technology behind Amazon's Kindle ebook reader to display large letters and numbers as any other license plate would, but the devices are also able to show ads and personal messages and send data about their locations. Sacramento is the first city to agree to the test. The city government received a shipment of just 24 electric Chevrolet Bolts last week featuring the new plates. The plates are going on sale at dealerships in California and in pilot in Arizona this month. The website of Reviver Auto, which is the company that is supplying these plates, the company features a map of where the devices are available. It currently shows car dealers in the San Francisco Bay Area, which is where my family is from, Sacramento, and around Los Angeles. And my mom's in the market for a new car, so maybe she'll be one of the first people with one of these new license plates.
No.
Yay. You
No.
will not be able to buy them at the DMV. The Verge notes that California requires both front and rear plates, which is true, and the digital plates are allowed on the car's rear side only for now. It says it plans to introduce its Texas this year as well. Get ready, kids.
I was going to say, if California first, I'm tired of all the tracking, though. Same thing. Jeff
Yeah, but
Bezos.
if your car gets stolen, then you know exactly where it is.
But they can also use it to put out Amber Alerts on your
Yeah.
license
I'm like, who's
plate.
that?
You're freaking out over there.
Um,
Oh my God.
They can use them to put out Amber Alerts on the license plates and other kind of like traffic warnings and such. The plates will cost $699 for individual consumers.
What?
You know, I gotta say to that
And they'll
is,
be required in 5 years.
Plus installation, as well as a monthly fee of $7. And you're right, and then they will be
No,
mandatory.
and that's the thing. In the
eventually,
next
which is
5
lame.
years, they'll be mandatory. And then that's the
then
thing
the
is,
cost won't be that expensive.
huh? The cost won't be expensive, but just as she said, it's a $10 a month maintenance fee.
$7.
Oh, 7. Well, it'll be
For
10 in
now.
the next 5
Well,
years.
think about it. How much do you pay when you renew your plate? $50?
$40.
$40? Same difference.
$10 a month's $120 for the year.
$7 a month.
By then, it'll be 10.
$84.
By then,
$84.
I'm sure it's $7 plus that's not including taxes.
Well, it doesn't include the installation.
Yeah, you can't tax on that.
And what's
Can
the
you stop
fee.
making the government so nice? Can you just stop and just
We just want to help
he's
you.
so agreeing?
what,
We just want to help you.
what positive comes out of the digital license plate? Like really?
It's trackable.
Like she
It's
said,
trackable.
Angela, only
Well,
because it's trackable.
It's trackable, but they can also put like I said, Amber Alerts to notify other.
That could be the
things,
car that the
or-
Amber Alert is about.
And
it'll say,
also,
boom,
you will
Amber Alert.
definitely, you won't have like in the state of Florida where our insurance is so high because half the drivers that should have insurance don't have insurance. So you'll definitely, with that, they can track you. So you'll definitely be required to have insurance.
Well, what are you doing? Oh, and then
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Playing charades over there.
Tina, when she's trying to be sneaky about
Two
it.
words. Pour this.
what are you doing?
Um,
The other thing they can do is you won't be required to update your registration sticker on the license plate. It'll just be built into the
Right.
data in your license.
so they
plate.
don't have to send it, but it's just a
You still have to pay
bigger
it.
way of
You still have to
monitoring.
pay it, but the police can track if you're up to date on your license and all that.
Well,
And-
should we do it now?
I bet you still have to pay a yearly registration fee
Of
in
course.
addition to that monthly maintenance fee. right?
Another way for Big Brother to keep an eye on you
And also take your money.
and take your money.
And,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with
I
them
just-
taking my money so long as it's being put to good use.
Nope. not
Right.
this.
I like the fact that they can track if someone's missing or someone's car is out of the way. They know exactly where it is. You're not hoping that they have low jack. You're not hoping their cell phone's on. This is where it is.
That I agree, but half the time, okay, the way these systems work is like, you know what? They're not going to use it as a low jack, like tracking type system. They're going to say, well,
Mhm.
you should have had it. We're not,
Mhm.
you know how the police work. Weren't we just talking about your police report, your incident today?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though they could track it, I'm sure they won't use it for that.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, like I said, it's coming to Florida. It's just right now in California, and soon it will be in Florida.
I was all for it until how much it costs.
Right, I know that, but isn't
Like,
everyone
maybe
tired of
not.
like all the tracking? For instance, like I
No.
said, I work for
Yes.
Jeff Bezos. Okay, so
He's tracking
everything.
you right now.
Yeah, you know what? No, you know what? It is. And not only do we have the Echo, not only now you can also, if your car is parked out there, you know, there's Amazon drop off service where they can open up your trunk and
Yeah,
drop.
but that just sign up for that.
You do have to sign up for that. But the thing also, there's also Amazon the lock service where they can walk in your house.
Yep.
They install a device where they can walk in your house, leave your packages, and leave.
Again,
It's
No,
so
thank
much.
still
you.
sign up for that.
Right. I know you still sign up for it, but you know what? It's such an invasion of privacy. And like I said, I work for him.
But if you sign up for it, it's not a vision of privacy.
I understand that. But it's just the way that he's trying to get
Little
into our
steps.
homes
Little steps.
every which way. Now that's just for the consumer. When you work for him, he wants like my Amazon shopping portal is different from yours.
Okay.
It's more trackable. It's a beta. You know, they call it different versions and everything else like that. But it's
Mhm.
to keep track of what I back up. And I'm just tired of it to where they're even talking about even with clocking in and different more devices to track us at home. And it's just like, come on, how much more do you want to come into our homes? Like, haven't you had enough? Jeff Bezos right now is the richest man in the world, in the entire world. I don't think he needs so much access into our personal lives. I don't. And I'm very vocal about it at work. I'm one of the
Don't you work at home?
a lot of people no I do, but we actually have like a website that actually everybody can go and voice their opinions on things. And of course everybody, he's so great and this and that, and I'm always the a-hole that like let's be real here.
Always one.
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
well, why not speak the truth? Here he is. I don't even want to say what he pays people, but meanwhile 2 weeks ago his very own newspaper, the Washington Post, posted that the average American needs at least $21 minimum average per hour just to be able to put a roof over their family's head, over a
So they can
two-bedroom
shop on Amazon
with food. Okay. Not only that, but just to be able to rent a 2-bedroom for their family and to eat, you need just one person needs to make at least $21. He starts his people off way lower than half.
But when do they get up to 21? Is it
You
based
don't.
on
You make it
commission-
once you're out the door at Amazon.
You're
Unless
making
you,
a commissions, right? Based on how hard you work.
No, you don't make any commissions. He feels that his benefits and his monthly employee discount, which is not that much, which you have to earn if you're not doing good, like with all your stats wise, you don't even get your employee discount each month.
Well,
you
that's,
know-
that's some BS.
It really is. And
There's
it's
no
just,
incentive to-
it's, there is no incentive. And he tries to say that, you know what, he has all these incentives to take place of the cash.
If they want to build a place in Miami and have 15,000 people get jobs,
Right.
then how miserable they're going to be,
Right. And they pay him $8 an hour.
and they're going to love it
Right.
at first because they think there's going to be these massive rewards at the end of it.
They do. And that's what they beef it up to. But at the end of the day, when it all comes down, that's not how it is. And like I said, and he's the first person trying to get into everyone's homes here,
Well-
to take everyone's money whichever way he can.
Congratulations.
That's how I see it.
I
And
don't order
Welcome to
anything
the
from
capital
Amazon.
society.
I'm sorry to say that, Joy, but I don't.
no, that's okay.
prefer-
That's okay. It's not all that great. It's
No,
not
I'm
all.
just-
It's meant to
I'm
be.
Congratulations.
just
This is
saying,
what's
maybe,
called a
maybe I'm
capital
showing my age hitting the 40 club this year, but I go out and buy the things I want to buy.
Right.
I don't shop online. I buy very few things online. I bought a shirt, a hockey
You just got
jersey,
40?
things like that. Yeah, a couple months ago.
You look 30.
You sent me that cool birthday video. You
Oh,
and
yeah,
Jimmy.
that's right.
It's really cool.
Oh, you forget that.
Okay, off
Hey,
topic
so-
again.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I'll shop. I've bought very few things online. Hockey jersey here, a t-shirt there, things like that. Concert tickets I buy online. Obviously, you have to.
Right.
Everything else, I will go to the store or the place in which it's sold.
Right.
I
I
have
mean,
to- I have to
Amazon is
say-
convenient. It is convenient for when you're
It's
busy. Like,
laziness.
I have to say,
no, it's not.
There's a convenience to it, and I will say this: I have
Level.
find myself buying more. Like, oh, I thought about that. Okay, done.
I can find things so
Um,
quick on Amazon.
But I
though,
still,
that I,
I
can't find
still
anywhere
like,
else.
I still like to go down and touch the stuff and feel the stuff
Mhm.
before I pay my
Before you
money
buy it.
for it.
Right.
And some things, yeah,
You-
like right now, I need to buy a filter for my refrigerator.
Right.
The store that I went to get it from, one is out of business.
Yeah.
And the other one doesn't carry it anymore. So I have to go
Right.
online. And
But
find
these
it.
are all logical explanations.
there's
Most
sometimes
people
I
feel
don't
that
like
because
online.
they're Jeff Bezos's prime member, that they walk on
Baby,
water.
but baby,
People
it's-
call, let me tell you, for the most
but that's what.
stupid asinine things. And
but
you know what they
that's-
say?
That's
I'm
what,
a prime member.
but that's
You
what.
should
That's,
tell them the truth,
but-
sir or madam. That really doesn't mean anything.
Congratulations, sir. Did you get a shot for that?
Sorry. No, but it is. Everybody thinks like, Siobhan, you could be having the worst problem of the day. And trust me, this person's going to be, well, I'm a prime member. It has
What do they
nothing.
get? An umbrella, a windbreaker, or something?
Nothing. You don't even get
No.
that.
It just means that they gave more money to Jeff Bezos.
I do. But I just
basically.
agree that we're trying to
Still
get
gonna let
into
them in their house.
right. But the thing is, we're trying to get into a more private society. But then at the same time, you have someone like him who's coming in at every different which way marketable idea to step his foot in. Like I said, and only because I work for him that I know and I see this every day. So he can stay out of my house. I can't wait to be gone. Sorry.
Okay, we're going to move on to the last story that
That's
I have
okay.
for you. For the first time in nearly 2 human generations, the iconic grizzly bears that have long been associated with the wild environs around Yellowstone National Park will be legally hunted as trophy animals. The Wyoming Game and Fish Commission has given unanimous approval to commence a controversial hunt of the bears starting this autumn. They will allow for 22 grizzlies to be hunted, 12 of which can be females. The apex predators can be shot for sport on public and private land just beyond Yellowstone and its crown jewel neighbor park, the Grand Tetons.
I can't take this.
So yes, this
Are
is
they
a grand,
endangered?
this is a very
They will
they
be.
were,
They will be.
but they I guess
But they've
now they're taking over
populated,
again. But,
But they've populated and they've increased
so they
in
need
numbers.
to thin
but
it out.
Nobody knows the actual numbers. Now they're becoming a threat to humans and other things all around the park.
Bears were
But wait,
here.
but wait,
Let me
but
read
wait,
that.
wait, wait,
Just
wait.
like- I know that.
Wait,
but we have
are they a threat? Is that what?
Wait,
Let me
let her
read it.
finish the story.
Pushed to
Yeah.
the brink of annihilation only a few decades ago, the rescue of grizzlies in the greater Yellowstone ecosystem is hailed as one of the most notable achievements in recent U.S. conservation history. So they brought them back from the brink of
the dead?
extinction.
And it's
In
almost-
1975, when the Bruin population was brought under emergency protection by the Fish and Wildlife Service, scientists say just 136 individuals persisted in Yellowstone and nearby wildlands. Today, there are roughly 5 times as many, around 700, which doesn't seem like a lot to me, but with bears showing up in places where they haven't been seen in over a century. A year ago, the federal government relinquished management to 3 states in the Northern Rockies, and Wyoming's grizzly hunt will be the first in 44 years. Wildlife officials here insist that the 22 grizzlies slated for harvest will not jeopardize bear recovery. A wide chorus of critics condemn trophy killing. My thought is, though, how well are they going to be able to regulate this?
So the
I don't
plane,
know.
so the plane in Africa was running out of fuel or something. What?
Screw this country.
They couldn't get a plane in Africa and catch some, elephants walking around in their own private sanctuary. No?
Mm,
There's more to it than we know, you guys.
No.
Yes, because
If
bears.
one comes walking out of the
Unacceptable.
woods as we're going to our car, then what? There's
I'm
overpopulation.
gonna throw him a
at that point.
bone. I'm gonna throw him a bone. I'm gonna say,
You
here,
know what they're gonna do with?
But
You know what
is the
they're gonna do with the
overpopulation-
said
I love
bone? You know what they're gonna do with the
I
bone?
love you.
is the overpopulation the bear or the overpopulation us?
Come here, my little
they didn't
bear.
say that it's overpopulated. They just said they brought them back from the brink of
Okay,
extinction, and now
wait.
there's like 700 and something.
I don't know, but who here went in and spent $25.44? What you get?
What are you judging him for?
serious?
Because he didn't bring us no cucino
Cucci,
Italian.
Cucci, what? What? What?
Give me that
It's a
again.
family show.
It's a cucino caruso
Oh.
Italian. And he
So
didn't
we
bring
can't
us
say
nuts.
moist.
Not even a cannoli.
Moist.
Moist.
No, it's not
Moist.
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 Laurel.
So that's all I got.
Yanni.
Well, that's good. I mean, like, no request
Um,
from a guy the other day who shot a bear. His profile picture is this big bear with a bullet right through the
Was his name
freaking
Davey?
snout.
Was his name Davey?
No, his
Crockett.
name was blocked. I don't want you if you have a big bear with a bullet through its freaking snout and a freaking profile
Some
page.
chicks are into that.
Yeah, boo boo.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, but that was a great story. So this way when we go
Makes
into
me sad.
odd news, because in odd news, we're going to talk about the woman in Texas who killed her husband yesterday because he beat the cat. However, I'm on her side.
Spoiler alert.
I'm telling you. So let's go ahead and take a break. You're listening to Now Trending Radio.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Haley Cuomo, what's her name?
Kaylee.
Haley Cuomo.
I don't watch that show.
We're on the air.
You're
Oh, yeah, we've
alive,
been
yeah.
on.
We are in the
Back
air.
here on Now Trending.
Yeah, that's what the finger and the pointing and the other.
Oh,
middle finger?
That's a different
we're
You've
finger.
been binge
back.
watching a show and you don't even know what it's called.
What is it again?
Big
Bang
Bang
Theory.
Oh my God.
God help
What's
us
on
all.
Netflix?
On
Hulu,
either TNT,
CBS.
This one is a slushy.
TNT,
Oh,
or
mine's not.
TNT?
Oh, my Teachers is coming back tomorrow.
You wanna
Does anyone
trade?
watch Teachers?
I didn't like that show. You
Oh my
recommended it, and I started watching it. I
Siobhan!
didn't like it. But
Siobhan,
my
do you
show
wanna
Younger
trade?
is coming up.
Do you want to
No,
trade?
Why don't you like Teachers?
I just couldn't get into it. I'm having like 3 conversations.
Oh my
right
God,
now.
why are you
Oh,
why are you
sorry.
quizzing
I
her?
can't
Why are
get
you quizzing
into
her?
it. But
You
the
feel special.
my show Younger is coming back. That's the show I like.
Okay, we're gonna talk about TV shows later on because there's lots of TV shows going
And I've
on.
been since I was sick for the last week. I've been binge watching New Girl. I am on season 5 in just like 3 days.
Okay, that's too much time in hands.
Well, when the doctor says complete bed rest, that's
Well,
what
one
you do.
thing that's been taking up a lot of
said binge
TV
watch a
time
show, though.
on the networks is basketball.
Whoop there it is.
What are you going to talk to us about
Ew.
today, Chris?
Well, I'm not talking about that first.
Oh.
Even though that's the
We have-
biggest in sports news
Well,
today.
no, I'm going with the Stanley Cup final first. Thank you
He's
very
the
much.
hockey fan.
Tonight
What is?
features Game 4 between the Vegas Golden Knights,
Okay, let me know if you need help.
Keep going, Chris.
Vegas Golden Knights, and the Washington Capitals tonight in our nation's capital.
That has been one of the
This
best
is
series.
way more fun
Oh my God.
than episode 4 of this soap opera the NBA has in the finals.
that
Which
series.
we're gonna get to in a minute because we have to address it because everyone else is talking about it, so we have to.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, Game 4's tonight. Washington Capitals hold a 2-1 game, 2-1 series lead. And if the Golden Knights lose tonight, Drew, they're in a lot of trouble.
I agree.
They really have to win out tonight and go back to Vegas tied, go into Game 5 with a best of 3. So it's going to be tough. For some reason, their defense hasn't shown up, and then their offense, they're scoring 1 goal, each of these last 2 games, and they've played rather poorly, I must say.
Which is weird because their first game, it was the 4th line that scored the last 2 goals for them.
Well, then they
won
should
that
start
game.
that line first.
Maybe they should.
They have an impeccable road record throughout the season,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not about playing on visiting ice or being the visiting team or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Washington they're just dialed in right now. Barry Trotz, their head coach, has them locked in.
Mm-hmm.
They can smell the Stanley Cup. I mean, it's going to be after this game. It's going to be in the arena. If Washington take, it's going to be in the arena for the remaining games of the series because they'll be 1 win away from winning.
Well,
so
it's the last game they lost was 3-2, right? With Anthony-
it looked a
2-1.
lot closer than 3-1. It felt a lot closer. Game 2, they felt like they were out of it.
But it was
This game, they were in it the entire time. They played a lot better in this game than they did in Game 2.
And the
I'm
guy had
sorry.
his stick and he popped it to the net and it just hit the guy's glove.
It went over the crease, and you could have flipped it in. You could have thought it with your mind in.
Yeah, right?
And it should have
Go
gone.
in,
And it
go
didn't.
in, and then go in.
But regardless of that goal, they still needed another one after. But it
Yeah.
would have changed the momentum of the game at
Big
that
time,
point.
big time, especially for them.
Washington's defense is just they're playing on a different level because they're not getting a lot of shots on goal. Vegas has to dump the puck in every time they cross the line. They're not skating it in. They get stuck in the neutral zone. I'm not even going to go there with penalties because I've noticed that the officials let them play a little bit more, be in the finals. They're not so quick to blow the whistle.
Right.
But some of these scuffles after the whistle blows, that's really changing the scope of the game because now people are getting sent to the box. You can't let your best guys.
But no penalties have been. No penalty shots have been.
No, not penalty shots.
No,
Just
no
say power
penalty
plays.
goals. No power play goals have been scored.
Still, you don't go down a man in the finals.
No.
You don't give up stupid
No.
penalties.
No.
So I don't know. The Vegas head coach Gerard Gallant, we really got to have a chat with them. Tell them, hey guys,
But if it's
we
any-
really should win this game tonight.
If it's any team that can do that, I think it's them.
Of course, their goalie's been great. It's just their defense has been porous.
It's
the
only been
last
2.
2
It's
games.
only been 2 games. Yeah.
You look at the difference in shots on goals in those 2 games. Washington outshot them because they can't get a clear shot at the goal when they get in the zone.
Been one of the most entertaining
It
finals.
is
I've
very
seen in a
entertaining
very long
because the
time.
games aren't blowouts. They're very
No,
close
not.
and they can tilt either way. But Vegas just really has to pull the trigger tonight.
But look at the last game and the game before. I'm sorry, not last game. Last game and the first game.
Right.
If it wasn't for a decent defensive player not getting the puck out, there was two scores right there that makes a hell of a difference in that whole series. Because they're pressuring them and it was perfect. It was beautiful.
Ovechkin's just locked in, man.
It's-
He's getting the first goal in the last 2 games. You got a power play goal.
and the guy, something sweet. Sweet, what's his name? He's got a hyphenated name. Space for the
Pelly.
Caps.
Well, he's a defenseman. I don't know.
He's scoring.
Regardless, Vegas has to step up tonight.
Big time.
Game 4 tonight, 8:00 in Washington.
This is
DC.
this for all intents and purposes. This is your final.
Well, I'll be watching because I'm gonna be taping Raw, so I'll be watching it.
Oh, we're watching. We're definitely watching.
Switching to the associations, I care less.
Okay.
Golden State has a 2-0 lead on the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 4th edition of the NBA Finals, featuring the same 2 teams
Mhm.
again and again and
Mhm.
again. Now the 4th time. Are you sick of this as I am for the first of all?
Not really. To me, it doesn't really matter. Whoever plays. I don't really have a stake in that game, but
No.
I would honestly, I would have liked to seen 2 other. I would like to have seen Boston or Houston in there.
I've said
I
that
would've,
for
I
weeks
would've, I
leading up
would've.
to it. You know what I mean?
But who are we rooting for?
I
Who
was
am I
rooting for
rooting for?
Boston up until they
I'm
lost.
Right now, though.
Golden
I
State.
wish both teams could
Golden
lose,
State.
but I can't stand LeBron, so I got to go with Golden State.
I gotta say,
Even
Golden
though I
State.
can't stand,
See, I figured, Siobhan,
stand
Golden State
Durant.
or
I can't stand Kevin Durant, but I can't stand LeBron more.
yeah, and that's what it's come down to. It seems like a person. This whole game, with the way people feel about it, it's not even the 2 teams at this point. It seems it's come down to personal opinion about certain players.
And I have reasons for why I
and
don't. care
Cavaliers
for him
or
anymore.
Golden State. Siobhan.
I don't.
You're asking a California
Hello,
girl.
California girl,
Hey,
yeah.
we're here in Miami. Like half the people here in Miami are so pissed at LeBron that they're going
But-
for Golden State. But then
Yeah.
you have some people that are like, no,
But see, that's
that I like to go for the underdog, so I'll
I'm-
stick with
I'm
Gold.
sorry,
the
if-
Cavaliers.
If people on here are pissed at him because he left, then they're ignorant. And
But look when he left Ohio to begin with in the first place to come down
There's
here.
scorn-
People
there's
were
scorn
ignorant.
fans in both cities.
but
I can't believe people get like
but
this
he's
over
ignorant.
athletes.
But they're ignorant
Exactly.
because
They're not gonna
the
be at your
guy
funeral.
did a
Who cares?
contract. He did his contract.
Right.
He opted out. That's it.
it's a business
If
to him.
anyone thought that there was some kind of love for the city here, then
No,
you're fooling
it's
yourself.
not.
Right.
It's a business
You were
to him.
exactly. You're
and he's
Same
fooling
with
doing the
Dwayne
yourself.
right thing
Wade.
as
Come
far
on,
as
look at
business
Dwayne
person.
Wade.
You're fooling themselves.
Same
so,
thing.
So I don't take it personally.
So
Who cares?
when he
But you
leaves,
said Cavaliers, right?
Oh no, I'm gonna say.
I'm
Golden
going to State, of course, because I can't.
Okay, yeah, I
stand
say
I'm gonna say
Golden
because I like.
But
I like.
he's leaving
3-point.
Cleveland at the end of the finals anyway. He's a free
There's a
agent,
shot.
and
There's a
he's
shot.
going. He's going to Philly. He's going to the Lakers, the Knicks, somewhere.
And why are you going for Golden State?
Oh,
You're
I
still
like. I
LeBron.
like the 3-point shot. I like a moving game.
Do you like
moving
LeBron?
game. I gotta respect the guy. The guy scored 51 points in a playoff game. He's second,
And they
overall,
lost.
and he lost. And second overall in scoring history in the finals. You got to give him some kind of credit. Do I like or dislike him?
Here's
I
why
don't
he
against
has-
him.
I
don't
agree,
against him.
but look at you have Chris Middle here who's like, I hate the guy.
No. I said I can't stand
I
him.
can't stand him. Sorry.
How many finals, consecutive
Huge
finals,
difference.
has he been in? He's been in what, 7
He's been in
consecutive
7
finals
or 8. Yeah,
between Miami and Cleveland,
right,
and everything's going to 6 or 7 games.
right.
That's why he has so many points.
Oh yeah, oh definitely.
You know, it's not that he's blowing off the charts. He's playing in every single game.
Right.
This guy plays 25 more games than anybody else in the league.
Yeah. Question
I
for
mean-
you. Question for you.
Go ahead.
Who do you feel, and you may have an opinion, I may not have an opinion on this, but if you look, when you think of basketball, who do you think is the best basketball player that you like to watch ever
Ever of all time
of all time?
that I've seen play?
Yeah.
Larry
Or
Bird. Larry
same
Bird.
play or
Who would
no.
I like to have seen? Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell.
Oh, I would like to see
Those
him
guys. Those guys.
too. Larry Bird.
I grew up watching them.
You know what I miss? I miss Larry Bird against Mike Johnson, Lakers, Boston. That's what I miss.
That was the greatest
That's what
thing in
I
the
miss.
80s. It was most fun
Yeah.
watching. Even
And
when
then
they
you
lost.
then you sprinkle in Chicago and you sprinkle in Detroit because Detroit was when Detroit played in the playoffs.
Detroit was crazy with Bill Laimbeer.
It hurt.
And
It
Dumars
hurt.
and Rodman.
Yeah, it hurt.
I remember that.
Some people left with black eyes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it got physical. Robert Parrish threw some hands.
Ooh, yeah, but
He had Laimbeer.
that's what I like to. I don't want to. It's just that there's
Somebody
more.
took the shoe off and threw the shoe at him.
It's just more. They seem to take it more personally playing the game. They played it because they wanted to play it to win.
Game was different 25 years ago.
Of course. Now it's all money, and unfortunately,
Not even that, but the way it's played is a lot different now. The three-pointer has become so much more relevant in today's game as opposed to that game back in the day. You shot 3-pointers back in the day, but they did pick and rolls. Like they just did these automatic. You knew who you were throwing it to. You knew who was in the paint. You knew who was under the rim. You know where Larry Bird was going to throw his shot. You know where Kevin McHale was going to shoot from, and Ainge was going to go for 3. Dennis Johnson was so he could weave through there.
Yeah.
You know, so the game was different. That now they get these Splash Brothers and Durant's throwing 3-pointers. They look like the Globetrotters last night. Especially with the way they were just throwing the ball up there and it was going in. You know,
luck
to me, it's
good?
just this was a 19-point difference. The game 1 went to overtime. In the end, they're still up 2-0. But this game was a complete flip-flop from yesterday's game.
Okay.
From the game 1.
Game 1. Does it matter that Smith grabs the ball and goes out of bounds and ends up tying into overtime? Do you think it's
to the rim when he has the ball? He should have just threw it up off the glass and right in. Boom, they win.
Okay.
They shock it and take game 1. But he thought they were up by 1 when it was tied. So you need to have what they call situational awareness. In baseball, when you're playing the infield and there's a guy on first, 1 out, what do you do if the ball comes to me? I'm flipping it to second
base. Yeah.
What do I do when the ball comes to me? What do I do when I have the ball? Let's see what the score is. I'm going to have a chance to make a difference in the last few seconds of the game.
I'll tell you, 1 out, go in a second. That's what you always say. 1 out, go in a second.
Right. So in this situation, you should know what the score is at all times. Because if you're losing by 25 points with 3 seconds to go, does it really matter what you're doing? No.
Make it up, yeah.
You're tied down by 1. You're under the rim with a few seconds to go.
But is it his fault? And I say no.
It's his fault that he wasn't aware of the score.
Okay.
Because if he thought they were tied, he would have thrown the ball up and tried to sink in a layup at the buzzer. But because he thought they were up by 1, he dribbled it out and waited for the whistle.
Okay.
Why are you going to do that? LeBron let him have it, and rightfully so. If he took him back in the locker room, he should have taken a few swings at him.
Well, he's been there for how long, and he's done. I'm quite sure he's won some games, and you got to give him the one mistake.
Wins for the Cavaliers are going to come at a premium in this series.
Of course,
you have to take game 1, and you had a chance to seal game 1 with a cheap layup with 3 or 4 seconds to go, put you up by 2 points. Chances are they could launch the ball back and they could throw it in and tie the game, but you go with a lead. Instead, you dribble because you don't know what's going on.
Or here's a point: hit the free throw. The guy hits the free throw.
Now the play was enabled by a BS call on LeBron with a loophole in the rules that had never been tried before, never been used.
No, this is different. This is the last play.
Right.
The foul, I think I don't know if it was Tristan or whoever it was.
But it changed the scope of the game when that foul happened because they would have had a 1-point lead instead of trailing by 1 and then having Golden State go up for free throws. Change the scope of the game. I never argue with the referees unless it's really blatant that they missed something. This, I don't really know. That's something that bang, you have to be on the court to see what happened.
Right.
We can have all the camera angles in the world. We're still not there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's on J.R. Smith. Bottom line, that game's tied. You throw up for the layup. You should know what the score is in the game. Because, again, if you're up by 20 points and you're up into there, you're going to do something different than if you're tied. So get your head in the game, J.R. Smith. I mean, you're going to be gone next year. Nobody's going to sign you. So you're going to be working at a Five Guys in Cleveland. So we'll come and see
if he's
you.
lucky, because
you're probably the worst teammate, and you're the last one to get picked, just like you're the last one to get picked in the schoolyard. So my condolences to your season, and I wish Boston would have whooped you in 7 games.
I wish Boston would have played him.
Me too. So anyway, that's it for those 2 sports. I don't know. We could talk about baseball. Marlins
Or you want to
still
go to
suck.
Medals Minutes? Up to you.
Marlins still suck. The Yankees are 20 games over 500, and they're doing a doubleheader today.
They won the first.
They won the first one 7-4. They play tonight up in Detroit. Did I mention the Marlins still suck?
Yeah, you did.
Yep. Okay. I mean, NASCAR. Martin Truex wins over the weekend at Pocono. Second win for the season. He's got a long way to go with some playoff points and things like that if he wants to repeat as champion.
Isn't there a horsey that's getting close to Triple Crown?
Yes. What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Justify.
Justified, yeah.
Yeah, he won the first two. June 9th is the next. It is the Belmont. I want to say Belmont Stakes.
I think it is.
Yeah, because they did the other two already. So,
It
good luck
seems
to
be a
them.
mutter. If he's a mutter and it's raining,
I
he's
am
gonna win.
I am not an expert on horse racing. I always pick the wrong ones. Actually, mine from the Kentucky Derby is still racing right now. He's still coming around the turn. So
can't get out of this mud.
Get some wrestling going on. We're 2 weeks away from Money in the Bank pay-per-view coming up. And we got Monday Night Raw tonight, SmackDown tomorrow night. Storylines are really starting to take shape, Joy. And once again, Drew, thank you for these awesome championship belts.
He did. We're going to post them online. I've been taking pictures, and these are good belts. Look at these belts, Chris. These are the good ones. They're not the cheap. That's what I told him.
Think those are us.
When he came in here with them, I was like, these are not like the cheap Walmart belts. Like, these are the good quality belts. I wanted to go over there. First of all, where did you get your tickets from American Airlines Arena, or did you get it from Ticketmaster?
I believe a friend of mine got them, and
I just can't believe the prices. Back 25 years ago, like when my mom used to take me to the American Airlines Arena, we used to get front row tickets. I mean, not American. I mean, okay. Miami Arena. Miami Arena. I meant to say Miami Arena. Okay. It used to be the Miami Arena. Okay. Huge pink circle building.
Yes.
Right? Remember that ugly building? Front row seats. Front row seats used to cost my mom $40.
$40. You kidding me?
For two or for one?
Per ticket.
Okay.
Right now,
got them on
row 5.
Ticketmaster. We got them on.
Thank you. Okay, Ticketmaster. Because even the American Airlines Arena is selling them. I'm looking for front row right now. Row 5 is $500. That's for American Airlines Arena.
I think we got 9th row behind the ring.
Does that include that
was like I think 120, 125.
Row 12. Row 12 right now is $304. That's with the American Airlines Arena.
We got them about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
So
they made the announcement though the other day, but I know there's early tickets. There's early different.
I know people
places.
have connections. Yeah. You know what I mean? I went through good people.
It's freaking. I mean, I would if the ticket was like $100 each for front row, $200 I'd pay for front row. I'm not gonna pay $500 for row 5. Bullshit.
So we're gonna make a now trending sign here on the show that I'm gonna bring because we're bringing like mad signs to this gig. I'm bringing Chris Metal Radio signs, Skyhawk Radio, now trending. And then we're doing a bunch of signs, other stuff too.
I can't believe. I mean, usually, like some cities they'll do Raw and then SmackDown, but I guess we're just not big enough here to.
No, they got to move it around.
We're cheap.
Would you want to stay?
We're cheap.
Would you want to keep your?
Listen,
Miami.
people here
it's Miami.
It's Miami. People here would not buy a Raw, and even the biggest wrestling
would
fans
you want to keep
would
your
not buy a
trucks here
Raw
for more than one day?
Yeah,
all the equipment trucks.
I got enough security for that.
You trust the arena staff?
Yeah, exactly. I agree with them on that.
Get out of here.
I just can't even believe though. Row 12, $300.
I've been backstage to that place. I've been backstage at American
Okay, well,
Airlines.
if you have a ticket hookup, VIP packages, $500 or more, what's included with that?
I can't.
We don't want to go that bad.
I can't say those words because it's a family show.
I better for the Ringsider package for $500 and VIP. I better get like a special toilet, special bathroom or something.
Should be getting more than that
in the arena. Jesus. What else we got? We have Metal's Minute. What's bothering you today, Chris?
Metal, nothing. Would you actually
what
kicked off the day with Metallica Mondays?
Wait, what was it?
You started the day off with
Mimosa Metallica.
Get it right.
Metallica Monday, Mimosa Day.
No, is it okay? So should we do Metallica Mimosa Monday or Mimosa Metallica Monday?
He left
whatever you want.
Mimosas out.
I prefer Metallica first.
You left the mimosas out.
Well, we did have one here.
But Metallica started off first, so we'll do Metallica
okay, so
Mimosa
you
Monday.
told the story at the beginning of the show that you were rolling down the street in the neighborhood down here, and you were blasting one of my absolute favorite songs of all time, you know, Wherever I May Roam from 1991's Black Album, which I love. And people were rocking out with you. You know, you're all bebopping in the car and everything. And the Metal's Minute of today, and that is the soundtracks of life for each person. We talked about Tom Petty when he passed away, and we unanimously agreed that everybody on the planet with even a poorly functioning brain has a Tom Petty song in their soundtrack of life. So I am going to highlight my soundtrack of life thus far. And I'm going to hear a couple of songs from the three about your soundtracks of life. What people are going to play at your eulogy, your memorial services.
Okay.
And my memorial
I like
service
thinking about stuff like this because I have.
If mine sucks, then everybody, and I mean everybody's getting haunted.
Right. Because I just want to make sure.
I got it
because
laid
now
out.
that we're going to have this discussion, I'm not cutting you off, but now that we're having discussion, at least you guys are my closest friends who will know how to respect my wishes when I go.
Exactly.
Okay. So we know
I'm doing the
now.
music at yours.
Okay. And I want comedy. I want comedy. I need Jim Gaffigan.
Oh, we'll bring Eddie Murphy Raw.
Yeah, I just need like whatever
Sam
funny
Kinison.
comics. Okay.
Oh, Sam.
Yeah.
Sam.
He's great.
Hilarious.
Okay, but listen, but that's what I need. Like great music, but I want comics. I want comics running through
I'll try to call
the
him.
music. Okay.
Bring Lewis
I don't
Black.
want sad when I see you again
No,
and
Lewis Black.
all this stuff. Please, I
Lewis
need
Black.
I
Do
need
the Black on Broadway.
comics. I want everyone to have a good time. I want it like a comic show.
Oh, we got this.
Oh, whoa.
Okay.
Okay,
Now that
so-
you know,
That's
so
like-
if
that's like
anybody tries
food.
stopping it, say no. This is what you wanted.
Siobhan, can
That
you
sound like
say it,
food.
please? We're getting off topic. Can you say
Go
it?
ahead. I know. Go ahead, Chris, with your songs. I had
We'll
to
get
because
back to the service
I was in
after.
deep thought.
Okay, Karen. don't
About
bring
my
the potato
funeral the
salad.
other day.
It prompted me to think of the soundtrack of life, or life's soundtrack, life's great soundtrack. I have one that has a humongous list of songs. I'll highlight some of them. It is a 2-hour show, so I want everybody else to get some of theirs in, and we got other topics to discuss. But Tom Petty, obviously, he's a great songwriter. Everybody loves that. Whoever doesn't love Tom Petty, there's something wrong with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mine is "Good to Be King." I love that song. "Learning to Fly" is
Who
another
sings a
phenomenal song.
whole new world?
Aladdin.
Right, but that seems like a song for Chris's
Was
funeral.
that from American Tail?
No, it's from Aladdin.
All right, but I just listening to that at your funeral.
Sorry,
Why?
I just freaked out.
If somebody leaves a random iPod on shuffle, that might come up, but that's not on my
You're
iPod.
talking, and I'm
No.
a whole new.
Just look at the shirt, Toots. Look at the shirt.
That mimosa did it for you.
Yeah, exactly. I hate Disney movies.
I'm
too.
playing a
I'm
whole
all
new
set with
world
this.
at your
Here's-
funeral.
here's-
You're not coming.
I don't let
here's
her
the
do
plan.
You're
it.
already on the list of people not coming.
Here's playing at Chris's funeral.
Just keep your head in the game and don't be afraid to shoot the
No, you're
outside
not
game.
coming.
Just keep your head in the
Siobhan,
game.
you're the only one.
Game.
All right. Yeah,
Wow.
thanks. "Learning to Fly" from Tom Petty, one of my all-time favorite songs. Very easy song to play on guitar and bass, by the way. Tremendous song, great lyrics, great message. "Learning to Fly" from Foo Fighters. "Comfortably Numb" from Pink Floyd. "Wherever I May Roam" from Metallica.
So we're gonna have a stoner funeral.
No,
it's
Joking, I'm
but
joking.
"Come As You
But
Are"
you
from
know what?
Nirvana.
music is
And-
one of those weird things
Yeah.
that you like this one, you like that one, you like that one, you like that one.
Yeah.
But then there's something that everybody likes.
Yeah.
That could be totally different. I've
I
always
want you
said-
producing though.
I always said my
Okay.
favorite job I ever had. Sure, no problem. My favorite job I ever had.
Will you produce my
A special
funeral?
B bar for that event.
Sure, no problem at all.
Joy's funeral.
We'll start making it
creating
now.
my B
Yeah.
bar now.
We'll have it next week.
We're good. We're good to go. Okay. It's just the job I ever had was working at a music store because I got to listen to so much music.
Yeah.
That I would have never picked up before.
Yeah.
And
You
do.
pull out some tunes sometimes that are like
She should tell my wife. She see this. I make her listen to.
that,
Poor
like
soul. Love
that.
that.
Wow, you would have never thought of that, and Drew thinks of it.
There's just music that it's in everything. It's in
Okay,
everything.
so I want you though, like I said, just like how you look right now, with
Sure.
the headphones and the microphone, and he
And
has
your
to
Jets
produce,
cap and everything.
and he's got to have, and I want comics
You're
and
gonna put
music,
the shit belt on the thing.
and in my
Sure,
belt.
no
Put
problem.
my belt next to me in my
You're gonna be
casket.
holding it across your chest.
Siobhan, I'm just saying, I was thinking about my funeral like weeks ago, like really into this. And I was just like, I want it to be a more happy event. Like, to remember me, guys know I love to make people laugh. I can always come up with stupid things. So I just want it to be more of that where, it's be sad, but be happy at the same time of just those joyous events. I mean, because I just feel that that's
Joyous.
what I was placed here for.
So
I'm going to cry now.
Of the three of you, I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but
Mhm.
you've had plenty of time to formulate your life soundtracks in your head since I pitched the.
No, I haven't. I needed way more.
I'll go
time
to
than
you
that.
last, Siobhan. I'll go to you
it
last,
would
but
be
you're coming up
tomorrow
shortly.
that I come up with my list.
Oh my god!
Let me tell you.
I want some Wizard of Oz
Well, let me
songs.
just tell you though.
There's got to be some right at the top.
Not really, because here's the thing. I have to come up
We
with a
welcome you to
music.
Munchkin Land. Sorry.
Wow.
Por favor,
me.
manténganse
I have to
alejados
come
de
up
las
with a music
puertas.
playlist every week of 22 different songs that have to appeal and please a crowd of millennials to retirees. And my brain is just all over the place with
No, but,
music.
I
So
mean,
I have
things-
no idea.
Songs you may have grown up with. I can't think of any off the top of my head that
The-
I don't
whatever
want
ones.
don't
the
play
thing-
no New Kids on the Block.
Whatever ones. No, but whatever ones you actually cherish, not just listen
okay.
to. But
I
ones
was,
you-
I was leave with that for you. I'm sorry.
but it's all right. People are defined by their music that they listen to.
Right.
That people get labeled for the music they listen to, and things like that. But in the end of it, it's in my blood. I can't speak for everybody else.
Mhm.
I hold music very sacred. I really do.
I
Not
agree.
just
I
metal,
agree.
but all different kinds.
Because it brings moments. Like you can
moments,
live.
exactly.
You can
Yeah.
live in a memory from like 30 years ago,
Yeah.
just from a song. You
I
can
can
hear
tell you
one
what year it
song,
came out.
but you can
Yeah.
listen to a song and actually place your mind back into that moment from 25, 30
Yep.
years ago and place yourself there
Exactly.
and just relive it just by a song. So I mean, that's what I think sometimes what is so magical about music to me.
Mhm.
I listen to all kinds of things. But like I said, I don't want you guys playing like Godsmack and crap at my funeral.
I hate Godsmack.
I love Godsmack, but
You just don't want it at your
Oh,
funeral.
Lord.
I just don't want it at my funeral. We can have jokes, but just don't springboard me
Like
out of
bad
the
people at your
coffin.
funeral.
Yes, you can play bad people, but like I said, just no springboarding me out of the coffin type of stuff. Just leave me there.
You just really
But
cutting out
everybody
what
can
we
have
gotta do, huh?
jokes and confetti and comedians, and I want it to
Clowns.
be. Oh, that would
Oh,
I would.
I would
Oh,
not
no,
go to
no,
your
no, no, no,
funeral.
no
You have
serving
to keep
mimosas.
clowns.
No
No,
clowns.
but here's the thing.
No.
You guys know what it is. No,
It'd
I
be
know.
that clown from
You know,
It show up.
no,
It makeup.
because
Yeah,
for
dude.
years, like I've joked with Siobhan always about clowns, like, and you know, I have a love for clowns, and it's because of my grandmother. My grandmother, since birth, always had clowns, and she always made us like she had paintings of clowns. She had, if you walk into my house, I have a clock that I made for her. She's passed away, but I have the clock now. But in shop class, I made this wooden clock out of pine wood, and it has clowns on it. But she just like, we constantly, yeah. I know there's time, but I'm talking about clowns right now.
That's mimosa, darn
Yeah.
it.
Due for a break.
No, but I just grew up and my grandmother just had this appreciation. Like she just seen this beauty in clowns and she just passed it on to me. And I love clowns.
That's the exact reason I'm afraid of clowns. Is my grandmother had an appreciation for them. They were everywhere in her house, and
they
I
were.
so
What was it with the
scared.
ladies of that time though with
I don't
clowns?
know.
Like, and I
Well,
Okay.
to piggyback on what Chris said about music, because I'm trying to get away from this clown crap.
what makes you guys scared of clowns? What
I'm not
makes you
scared of
we
them.
need to
I love them.
go to. We need to stop
We could
going
go
way
take a
down the
break.
bunny trail here.
But go ahead. Were you going to say something else?
And the weird thing about music, especially for me, is that I'm not hooked to one generation.
Right.
Me either.
I used to sit in the back of a Cutlass driving from Maryland to Chicago, 16 hours, listening to every music but what I wanted to listen to because I was a young one. So I listened to 50s, 60s.
That's the best
Seven.
story
You
you could have
developed
given
an
us from the
appreciation-
back of a cutlass.
Yeah.
I was waiting for more and getting excited.
But you developed an appreciation for different
Yes,
genres and
yes.
different eras
Oh,
of
yes,
music,
of course.
as I have.
And you can pick this spot and you can love that song to
Yeah.
death. You can pick one from that spot and you
Yeah.
can love that song. So my music, I can't give you one thing. I can only tell you.
That's why I say, yeah, and that's why I say that I want an incorporation of comedians too. So with that said, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a quick break.
Finally.
When we come back, we've got movie news, we've got odd news, and we've got bad people, such as Chris Metal.
I'm not bad.
I'm just joking.
He's just drawn that way.
You're listening to Now Trending Live on Now
guys
Trending
suck.
Radio.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Office this weekend, number 3.
We've been to so many places. What's it like selling out there all alone?
Miserable. You're either sunburnt, sleep deprived, or seasick. And after a few days, there's hallucinations.
Why do you do it?
It's a feeling. It's intense. It's just you and the infinite horizon.
Adrift with 11.5 million. Number 2.
Sorry I'm late. I was rounding up all the gluten in the world and launching into space where it can't not hurt us ever again.
Deadpool 2 with 23.3 million and 254 million overall. And number 1.
I heard a story about you. I was wondering if it's true.
Everything you've heard about me is true. Well, what do you know?
Solo, a Star Wars story with 29.2 million. Opening this week.
$16.5 million in each of your bank accounts 5 weeks from now. That's a lot.
Ocean's 8. Debbie Ocean gathers an all-female crew to attempt an impossible heist at New York City's yearly Met Gala. Starring Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, and Mindy Kaling.
Nice.
It's pronounced niece.
I was talking about your ass, not your room allocation.
Hotel Artemis. Set in riot-torn near-future Los Angeles, Hotel Artemis follows the nurse who runs a secret, members-only emergency room for criminals. Starring Jodie Foster, Sterling K. Brown, and Jeff Goldblum.
It's heartening to see so many strange new faces here today. I know my mom would be very touched and probably a little suspicious.
Hereditary. When the matriarch of the Graham family passes away, her daughter's family begins to unravel cryptic and increasingly terrifying secrets about their ancestry. Starring Toni Collette, Gabriel Byrne, and Alex Wolff.
And we're back here to Now Trending, and you're listening Now Trending live on Now Trending Radio. We're live, right?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Do you need the Adobe button on? Turn it off. We don't need the Adobe on, right?
Oh.
Sorry, I have button issues when it comes to that. Siobhan and I went to the movies the other day with Sydney, with my daughter.
Yes, we did.
We did. And we saw Life of the Party, where Melissa McCarthy goes to... McCarthy, yes. She goes to college with her daughter. Mm-hmm. And the whole movie turned out to be like about our lives.
It was cute. It was cute.
Like the 40-year-old virgin.
It really, well, I took my daughter to the movie to see that because she's going to college in a couple of years. And I was like, this is how it's going to be when I go with you to college, right? So that was the whole premise of taking her.
You're not going to college with your daughter.
Yes, don't you think we'd have a blast?
No.
And then, so then it turns out we're sitting there, we're watching the movie. I'm crying. I'm laughing and crying. They're looking at me, and Sydney, my daughter's just like, this is our lives. This is our lives. They wrote this movie about us. And that really made me not know what to laugh or cry. But I felt good. It made me feel good about the mom that I've been and became, because we're not all perfect. And, you know, at the end, for the daughter, just to have the love and appreciation for her mom. And after going through so many things, it really was a great movie, I think. Did you have a good time?
I did. And speaking of movies, since we're on the subject.
Yeah.
Because you had asked me about the Movie Pass a while ago.
Yes.
So Movie Pass could be gone in just 2 months. Usually when things seem too good to be true, they are, which is probably the case here with Movie Pass. According to the new report, the movie subscription service only has enough money to keep the service going for another couple of months. And if you don't know what Movie Pass is, it's a subscription service allowing subscribers to pay a flat fee of $10 a month to go and see a movie every day of the month. So you can go
no matter what movie?
Yep. The service has been criticized by some theater chains and competitors as being too good to be true. CNN reports that MoviePass's parent company only has about $15.5 million in cash, plus another $27.9 million in accounts receivable. As it stands, MoviePass reportedly burns through about $21.7 million every month to keep the service running, which means that there's only about 2 months left in terms of cash flow. Unless something drastic happens, it looks like MoviePass could be finished really soon. However, I just saw another report today that MoviePass is considering trying to save itself by creating its own movies that you can.
Right. Which
pay
a lot.
for.
That's what a lot of.
So what Netflix is doing.
That's what Netflix is doing. That's what Amazon is
Hulu.
doing. Hulu's doing. They're just now starting to create their own content. Who's baking a pizza up in this
I
place?
know. I all of a
I
sudden
don't
smell a
know.
bunch of food.
I thought it was fast food and smell.
I'm sure someone brought food in, but one of my
They
friends.
need to bring it back here.
Smell Wendy's.
I smell pizza.
There we go down the rabbit hole again.
I know, but we're just
Jeez.
figuring life out.
That we can't help what wafts into the studio.
One of
Better
my
than a fart,
friends.
Did you say queef?
No. Ew.
No.
One
said
of my
wafts.
friends actually does the Movie Pass, and she's probably part of this reason that they're going.
Didn't I
bankrupt.
ask you though? Right.
She goes all the time to movies with this Movie Pass thing.
When's the last time you've been to a movie?
I really want my money back, but it was Star Wars Episode 8 last year.
And then how long before that?
Episode 7.
Which was what, the year before?
2 years before.
See, now Siobhan, before we went to the movies, she knows how long it had been since I've been. Drew goes to the freaking movies every week.
Oh my God, he's at the movies every night.
It's like, how many? When's the last time you went to the movie before you and I went to the movie
whenever
this
I'm
past
home
week?
with my parents in California, we go to a movie. So Christmas time.
It had been over 10 years since I had been to a movie theater. From Monday. Monday, we went to the movies. We took my daughter. That's what you missed all that conversation, Drew.
I was right here. What are you talking about?
But we did for Memorial Day. We went to the movies. But it had been the last time I was in a movie theater before Monday, I saw Medea Goes to Jail. Like, yeah, that was a good movie. And I was like the only person in the theater, too. It was
That was Caucasian?
That was. I was the only Caucasian one. There was 2 Arabs and an African American. We were in a group.
Oh, no, Karen. You take that blonde stuff.
Wow.
Take your blonde potato salad.
Chris, you haven't asked us any bad people questions.
Oh,
I haven't given the cue yet.
I don't know.
Talking about so many
But
other-
let's go on to odd news since we've got like.
well, I'm ready now.
No, you go get ready, and we're gonna move
I'm
on to
ready.
odd news because this story yesterday really hit me, and I was driving here thinking about it because I'm about to ready to donate.
Look at that. We have 2 cat stories and then two gun stories.
See?
Wow.
Is it no? But let me tell you, I'm ready to donate to this lady's lawyer fund. Over in Dallas, police say a 47-year-old woman has told detectives she shot and killed her husband because he had been beating the family cat. Authorities say Mary Harrison has been arrested and jailed on a murder charge in the slaying of her 49-year-old husband, Dexter Harrison. She's being held on a $100,000 bond. Mary Harrison told authorities that the shooting Saturday occurred during an argument. Dexter Harrison was taken to a hospital where he died. In a statement Sunday, Dallas police say Harrison told officers that her husband had been beating the cat. Neighbors say the family cat had recently went missing. Mary Harrison had posted signs about it disappearing, and the pet eventually returned. Did you guys hear my story?
Yes.
Yes.
No, you lied. You were honest. You heard me. This lady killed her husband because he was beating
Oh,
the
I heard
family
the story.
cat.
I read the story in the
and
news.
I am all on her side. I am all. Did you just cut my mic?
No, I would never do.
Hail Mary Harrison. Touch my cat, and I swear to God, I'll do the
Hail
same
Hydra.
thing. My cat is my best friend. My cat is my best
You want to say it?
friend.
You want me to say it?
Anybody removes one hair off my macho, I swear to God,
You
I
want
will
me-
shoot you just like how this lady
could say it.
shot her
I
husband
could say it.
dead. Go.
could
Take
say-
me to jail. Don't touch my cat.
I can't say a word. I can't say a word.
Siobhan, how do you feel about this?
Well,
Are
I
you
think-
for Mary or did she take it up?
I think she went a little too far, but I
Come
can understand her
on.
anger. If anyone hurt any of my pets, I'd be really upset too.
Some people don't
Actually,
understand.
someone
pets.
shot my cat, and I bawled and mourned for that
Drew?
cat for a good year.
Yes.
Let me tell you.
Tell me.
Pets, animals. See, you don't have an animal.
I
That's
have
the
2
problem.
kids. I think
different.
I think qualifies
different.
it. Oh no.
You don't have an animal, right? Do you?
No. My
The
my
roommate has
my
a
roommate's got
dog, right?
Yeah,
Let's take the dog to the bathroom. Okay.
yeah
You don't
and
have an
I've
animal
actually
yet.
been taking care of her the past couple days. He's out of town, so
But
I have
there's
animals in
something-
California at my
Right.
parents' house.
But I'm saying, okay, like my oldest cat, I've had him for 12 years.
I'm biting my tongue. I'm not gonna
Shut
say
up,
it.
Drew.
I'm really sorry I googled this, by the way.
Feline. My
Yeah, me
oldest
too.
feline.
I'm sorry.
What did you Google?
Nothing.
You
I
wanna
hope
know.
it's not blueberry pancakes or something,
Nope.
whatever that is.
Nope.
That
Not
you're not
even
supposed
close.
to Google
Worse.
on.
Not even close.
You're not supposed to
I'm
Google.
Xing the show.
You're
right
just
now.
not supposed to Google it.
Yeah.
No,
See
I'm
what
not.
you two are
Well,
doing?
Blueberry pancakes?
We're setting up
No,
for
that's
the
she's
game.
way off. She's way off.
Waffles. Blueberry
No.
waffles.
Waffles, waffles, waffles.
Oh my gosh, I can't handle this much.
We're going on the rails. We're going on the
off
rails.
tracks.
I can't get any more
Come
powder
on,
gifting.
Drew, you're supposed to be keeping us on track here.
I can't give any more powder gifting.
It's not, but this lady shot her husband over beating cat, which I agree with her. Anybody else? You touch my cat. I'll just be a single cat lady for the rest of my life. Maybe I should put that though out there before.
Wait.
Will y'all come visit me? Yeah, you put shouldn't women like that put that on their dating profile? Like I have pets. You touch
I
them.
am a cat woman.
No, don't put that anywhere near your profile. Do not put that near your profile.
I'd put a picture of my cat. Moist.
Moist.
You ready for another cat story?
Go for it.
As I'm reading these questions, I'm here.
I don't think Joy is going to get us fired up about this one. But so the World Cup is coming soon. And many soccer fans trying to predict the results of the World Cup, Achilles is busy studying the teams heading to Russia this month for the sport's biggest global showdown. But he is a cat, and therefore he has cat sense. The furry white feline lives in St. Petersburg's Hermitage Museum. He's being touted as a cat psychic who will predict the winners and losers of the tournament kicking off in Russia in 2 weeks. Achilles has some big shoes to fill because his predecessor, Paul the Octopus, became an international celebrity when at the 2010 World Cup, he correctly forecast the outcome of Germany's games and picked eventual winners, Spain. One of the many cats to have lived at the Hermitage, once the Imperial Winter Palace, Achilles previously predicted outcomes during the 2017 Confederations Cup. He is deaf, meaning he will not be easily distracted by waiting journalists when he makes his predictions by choosing between two bowls of food, each bearing a team flag. For his training, now he's going through some extensive training. He's dressed in a red soccer jersey. He looks at a chart of the teams and game schedules before slightly reluctantly moving into an exercise wheel. He is now in his palace of work. He is preparing for the World Cup and going through the adaptation process, says veterinarian during his training session at a pet shop near the museum. When Achilles is not in training, he can also be found posing for pictures in the museum, building a celebrity persona that is about to get a huge lift from one of the world's most watched sporting tournaments. And I like in this article, they have him in front of a poster of cats from around the world saying meow in different languages.
See? Touch my cat and watch, see what happens.
Listen to me.
Touch my cat and see what happens. You see how important
it's all rigged. Second of all, he took steroids.
I want that cat's life.
He's on steroids.
The cat's on steroids?
Everything in Russia's on steroids.
Drew, I have a very serious question.
Achilles is actually pretty cute. You should see.
I have an extremely serious question.
Sure, go right ahead.
Before you came back here, right? The smell of pizza. I say pizza.
Gosh.
He says fries.
Oh, yeah.
What came in the building?
Chinos.
It was pizza, right?
Chinos.
What is
Chinos.
that?
Chinese.
Oh.
Who ordered it?
I don't know. Somebody's in the cafeteria.
Why are you so worried? We just ate.
That was hours ago.
Oh my gosh.
So it wasn't even pizza.
You
And
hungry?
it wasn't even fries. And what did you say
fried.
it was?
It's something fried.
He said Wendy's. I said pizza.
I just thought it was something greasy, so.
It's
So we were
Looks like I
all
was
wrong.
right.
We were all
It's
wrong.
Chinese food.
Nobody's
It's
close.
something greasy.
Nobody's close,
No.
Drew.
Actually, you're
Everybody's-
close because you said fried. It's fried. Something fried.
I said no. I said
He
Wendy's.
said Wendy's.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm more close because I was multicultural.
Listen, you're still on that cat, and don't touch your cat.
But you see what cats are doing for the world. They're telling us who's going to win.
I see what they're doing. I see what
the
they're
World
doing.
Cup.
The World Cup.
I
was
see what
gonna
they're
say the
doing
World
to
Series.
you. Doing the world.
That's why he shot that man, her husband.
I'm ready
That's
with
right.
a question. By
Because
the way.
she's something wrong with us. That's why.
Okay, let me give you another story, and then let's do Siobhan's, and we'll go off into bad people.
Really?
So we've all heard about this story, and it really caught my attention because I know a few cops like this. But an FBI agent's backflip at a club looked pretty impressive until he lost his gun and accidentally shot someone.
Whoa!
Yep, video of the off-duty agent showed him unleashing a torrent of dance moves at a Denver bar early Saturday before launching into a back handspring.
Nice.
But mid-flip, his weapon flew out
Why?
from his waistband holster. The agent lunged for his gun, but accidentally fired it as he was picking it back up, the Denver police said. One person was struck in the lower leg, but is expected to survive. Authorities have not identified the agent because he was not arrested. The police community resource officer said that Denver police will continue investigating the incident, and the district attorney's office will determine whether charges will be filed against the agent.
Fired.
Are you
This
serious?
is my last story, and I can't get through it. But the district attorney's office is going to
It's
take into
negligence.
consideration.
It's at least negligence.
Why was he there with his service weapon off
Have you seen it? Have you seen the video?
I've seen
They're
the video.
all required to carry that.
They are
service.
required
Even
to-
off duty.
Yes.
My
they're all-
mom
okay,
wasn't.
listen, wait,
My
let me-
mom
wait, wait,
was.
wait.
FBI
My
agent.
mom
FBI agent.
was a
They're
deputy
all
sheriff.
required. They're all
FBI
required to
agent.
carry that firearm. They're not required to do dance moves and backflips
Right.
with said
They gotta have
firearm.
a social life.
But you're not 24/7 required to
So,
carry
yeah.
that on your body.
FBI, yeah.
You have to. Because
I'm saying my mom
here's
was a deputy
why.
sheriff. And
Here's
that's
why.
different.
different.
She
Not
was
FBI.
the
Because
one when
if a
she got put
situation,
up.
if a
FBI
situation
is different.
unfolds, he's got to be there to try and rein in the control of the situation.
Or he could be
whatever it
called
may
into
be.
something.
Well, he's
He may have
obviously
to-
not a
he may have to
responsible
save the
FBI
day.
agent
Oh,
if
I
he's
agree,
jumping
100%.
around.
Who's
and
going to
a gun-
let the sidearm slip during a backflip? I mean, come on. You know,
Well, he put it in the.
this guy's like,
he put it in a holster in his.
let's
ass
hope
crack.
he's a better FBI
His ass
agent
crack.
than he is a dancer.
Apparently, he's a good
First of all.
shot. He shot somebody.
Sounds without trying.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
I get he's human also because I heard you say Siobhan like he's human. Like
Gotta have a social life.
they do. However, there's just certain industries that you work in that you really do have to be careful where you are and how you behave. That's how I feel. Even in this industry. And Carrie Codd
Yep.
from CBS 4
CBS
News,
Yep.
Miami.
okay,
Yep.
gave us a class on that. And actually, you were in that class sitting with me.
What?
And we were talking about how you do, even him, he had to watch his image, just being the local news guy, doing the thing, you know, there's just a lot of things that he had to sacrifice for his position, for his job,
Sure.
you know. So at what
But he's not
point,
doing backflips with a loaded gun in his pocket.
but that's what I'm saying. So why, you know, this cop, there's just, I get
It's
people
just-
have social lives. However, you know what,
it's
down
just-
here,
just
I've
a
seen
little-
crooked cops. I have seen crooked cops
Oh,
from
God.
Davie and Hollywood police.
No,
I
no,
will.
no.
Because you know what? I'm tired of hiding it in, everybody hiding it in for both Davie and Hollywood police at some shady places doing some shady things. So therefore, that's why I said I wanted to bring up this story. Because again, this guy's in a bar
I just wanna-
doing backflips and dances. His
I
gun
just want
falls
to play
out.
our last song.
So yeah, maybe I'm judgmental.
Before we were
Before
found missing.
Before my funeral. at
Before we're
least.
found missing.
Sorry, but is that who you want protecting and serving? That's where your tax dollars are going.
No.
Do you really want to know that, you know what, there are a lot of cops that are sitting out here in the most shadiest places doing the most shadiest things on their days off? And you know what? They shouldn't have
people-
taken a job as an officer if they don't want to sacrifice
I
certain
totally
things
agree.
in their life.
I'm 100% would agree with you. At the same time,
I'm talking shady, illegal things.
Okay.
We're not
She
talking
is
about
fired up. This is supposed to be fun, Joy.
Yeah, Joy.
Let's move on.
Because
Yeah,
I grew
someone
up in a
touched her
family.
cat.
No, because I grew up in a family of law enforcement. My mom
Play
was
with
a
her cat?
deputy sheriff. My grandmother was a police. She was the first woman who
Hold her own
graduated
cat?
from Broward County Police Academy. So I do have respect for law enforcement. So
okay.
it really kills me when I see that cops are out there doing some shady, illegal things. Yes.
Okay,
Respect for law
I'm
enforcement.
moving on to
I'm gonna talk to
seagulls.
them cops sitting out in the parking
Doing
lot.
shady things.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Thank God it's a radio show.
Am I
Joy.
a police officer?
Yes.
No, but you come from a family of
Next
law
week,
enforcement.
welcome to the
You just said it.
welcome to the Siobhan Chris Drew show.
Okay, here's an appropriate question for the topic.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but I'm glad that everybody likes law
Oh,
enforcement
sorry.
doing shady
Siobhan,
things.
forgive me. Go ahead.
Exactly.
Okay. Annoyed at seagulls that pester its patrons, a restaurant in the Australian city of Perth has armed customers with water pistols to stop the birds from ruining the waterfront dining experience.
It's not funny.
I kind of like
It is because it's gonna
I
become
love
something.
animals, but I think this is kind of funny. So the owner of Three Sheets restaurant in the capital of Western Australia said the seagulls' problem was unusually bad and something had to be done to keep customers from being scared away. The seagulls congregate near the waterfront restaurants at a marina, Hillary's Boat Harbor, scavenging leftovers
God.
or hoping for scraps from diners.
Oh, Lord.
The owner decided to equip each table with a water pistol, and customers say the strategy works. So I think it's kind of a nice, humane. I mean, they're not actually shooting them; they're just shooting them away with some water, you know. And it's kind of adds an added. They should earn points. Like if you hit the seagull, you get a free shot or something.
You get to take the seagull home.
We'll add that to the menu. Ew. All
Oh.
right, how do you feel about
But
this,
I'm the
Joy?
heartless one for killing my husband over him beating my cat, right?
No one's killing anyone in this story.
Oh,
Touch my cat and I will.
You should have used a water gun on her husband.
All right, now Chris, you can do your story.
Chris, you've got
On the
3
topic
minutes to
of-
entertain these people
on the-
with bad people.
On the topic of law enforcement, if we were all drug dealers, who would get high off their own supply?
One of you two.
No,
What?
one of the two of us.
So the lady is obsessed about the cat.
I'm smarter than that. I've seen big time drug dealers do their own
Here
dope
we go.
and
We're
not
a process
use shit.
of elimination here.
Well, listen.
It's not Siobhan and it's
Here
not
we go.
Drew. So it's one of us. And it's not one of them.
I say Drew. You.
She's voting for Drew.
I'm voting for
Wait,
Joy.
Drew would get high off
wait,
his
vote for
own
the bad guy.
supply.
I'm voting for Joy. She comes from a law enforcement family.
She knows how
She's most likely to do this.
Drew,
Thanks,
what do you
Chris.
say?
I'm proud of it. I don't care. I'm proud of it.
Who would get high on her own
Okay.
supply?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be George too. That's just me.
Guess
Mo-
Joy wins that one.
Most likely to secretly attend swingers parties.
Oh.
Drew.
Don't you have to be in a relationship?
Drew would
first?
openly
No.
attend swingers parties.
No,
swingers
that's-
parties.
I don't know. It's too
Drew
much.
He just
would
put the
not
Zorro mask on.
secretly-
You're like,
But you don't know it's him
let's do it
because he's
Saturday.
6'5", right?
There's just too much.
He's got the
Too much
Zorro
pressure.
mask. I don't know it's Drew. I can't tell it's him. He's got
tallest-
that mask
The
on.
tallest man in the room. The Zorro mask.
Not at all.
My guess it's Mr. Rogers.
Most likely to stab their partner if they caught them cheating.
Right
Oh,
here.
right here.
Oh, the
No.
girls
Oh.
put their hands up,
Which-
Drew.
See,
Ladies and gentlemen
Siobhan,
out
you want to
there.
fight for this?
You see?
You want to fight for
see?
this
We can go.
position?
We can go do stabbing together. That's okay.
Ladies and gentlemen out in Radio Land,
Damn
just to
right.
let you know,
Stabbing
Siobhan and
together.
Joy both raised their hands before I was
What
finished
was
reading the
question
question.
again?
Most likely to
together.
stab their partner if they caught them cheating.
That was
Aye.
all we
The
needed.
hands went up
Siobhan
immediately,
and I.
folks.
Stabbing together.
Since
We
I
don't even have to-
haven't.
we don't have to worry about that one, Drew.
I'm ready to stab one of you two.
Serious.
Stabbing together.
The 2 a.m. call I get from jail
Keep pointing
tonight
those
is
middle finger cards at me. Keep pointing them at me, man.
the 2 a.m. call I get from jail tonight is from who? Joy.
I'm a
Well,
mess.
she's 5 mimosas in, so that could very well
Well,
be.
yeah, apparently her cat just doesn't want to
And
be
we're
hurt.
not done yet.
She doesn't want her cat touched.
I'm getting cold. I know it.
Macho. His name is Macho. He's got a
Hey,
name.
whatever you call it.
Who has the lowest
Moist.
standards?
Huh?
Who's the
Who has the lowest
Apparently, I
standards?
do.
Oh,
Siobhan, unanimous.
It's not me because I'm bougie. Like
bougie.
people
Wait,
think I'm
standards in terms of what?
Just doesn't, it doesn't say.
Oh well,
Use your
overall,
better
no.
judgment.
Not me then.
Okay, so we
I
gotta-
come off as an overall bitch. Like I just know I've grown into it and I'm proud
if
of it.
we all died today, who's most likely to end up in hell?
We already asked this question.
I've
Forgive me,
worked.
okay.
Listen, I have worked long and hard on earning points to get upstairs.
Long and hard.
Okay, so
Seriously,
all right,
Moist.
most likely to start a cult.
me.
Siobhan.
I was talking.
Siobhan?
Hey,
I
that,
will
wouldn't have said
hey,
Siobhan
hey,
first.
that
I'll be your
nice,
partner though.
hey, that nice, cute girl from Smallville she started her own cult. Okay.
And the last question, I guess we all pick Siobhan on that one.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Okay.
Who knew? Now I have a goal in life.
Go,
wanna
she's
be
for
your
the
partner,
I
stars.
hope this is good for
Shoot
radio.
for
For
the
radio. I'll
stars.
just say for radio. Forgive me, YouTube. Who needs to masturbate more?
Who needs to?
That's what it says on the card.
Needs
You,
Oh, why there would? no, okay.
By me.
you.
She's
Why-
voting
wait,
for
why?
you.
Why do? Who said I have to explain? Why can't the name of the game is just
I'm
to
going
say a
to say
name?
one of you two, ladies.
What are you trying to say?
It's a gender thing.
Pick one of us then.
Both of you.
No, can't do that. I
Okay,
picked you.
Okay, you. That's what you get. That's the you walk around with this music playing. If you're not, if you don't master.
I'm a newsy, boozy bitch.
with her hurt cat.
Touch my cat and watch what happens.
Apparently,
Most
you
likely to
touched her
become a
cat already.
liability after eating a pot brownie.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Look at the stars.
I love Trump.
Wow.
Oh my god. Oh.
Oh,
I wonder if
no.
there's like Trump pot brownies.
Get that
We gotta get
millennia
him
on
on.
the
We gotta
phone.
get
Me
him
too.
on.
Get that millennia on the phone.
We gotta get him.
Would you want to talk to Melania?
Sure, I would.
How do you feel about Melania
I
Trump?
think she should blink once if she needs help. Blink twice if she wants to escape.
Is she
Funny
hot
we
to
didn't-
you?
No, really. It's
Funny
all
we
right.
didn't talk about
Is
Samantha
she
Bee.
classy?
She needs a burger.
Funny we didn't talk about Samantha
Bee's a
A C.
garbage. She really is.
Samantha C.
Samantha Bee. How do you feel about Samantha Bee?
Samantha C.
Oh, I don't
word.
care. Comedian, whatever.
Is she hot?
No.
Hot?
Yeah.
No, it's disgusting.
I can't believe you say that about Melania.
I'm sorry. I just
Why?
He
Because
hates
she needs a
he hates the-
burger. She needs a burger.
He hates the first.
Give her
family.
some hamburger.
You don't think she's classy?
He hates the
No.
first family, Joy.
Why don't you think she's classy?
Because when you take
She's
naked
got
pictures
class.
of other women,
How long
doesn't
ago
leave-
was that?
doesn't matter.
Drew?
Did it?
We all have a past, sweetie.
Did it? Lied about education. Husband wants to
Melania
get.
did.
Yeah. Supposedly. All right, I got to graduate. Let's graduate.
Maybe she will go over to North Korea and have a hamburger at the first McDonald's. There.
Great idea.
That would be a really good like inner,
She's
you
not.
know,
She's gonna none for that boy.
international handshake.
She's gonna
Yeah.
She's gonna none for that.
Her
boy.
eating a burger over in the North Korean McDonald's.
It'll bring
Five
peace to the
Guys.
world.
Five Guys burgers.
We're gonna get Five Guys there someday. With that being said, it's the end of our show, guys. It was a great
Wow.
week.
No,
So we'll be back here next
Come back
week.
and we can stay longer.
Yeah. What he said.
Well, you're the one who was late. We've all
Next
been
week
hanging
we'll
out
have
longer.
strippers and moistness.
And mimosas. Moistness Monday.
Moist.
Make sure you join us next week for
Moist
lots of
Monday.
news. We're gonna have news next
Moist
week.
Monday.
Moist Monday. You too can join us for Moist
Barry White
Monday.
over there.
Have a great week, everybody.
Have a great week, everybody. Enjoy your Mondays. Moistly.
I want pizza because that Chinese food.